Hey everyone, Brian from Three Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey guys, what do you call a blind dinosaur?
I don't know. What?
A do you thinkysaurus?
Well, do you know what you call a blind dinosaur's dog?
What?
Do you thinkysaurus Rex?
I got nothing.
I'm a cat person.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
No, you're not. Hello and welcome to another thrilling episode of Three Geeky Dads, the only show with jokes on the verge of extinction.
That was funnier than our original joke.
He just proven. I am Mark, and with me as always are the must and go to my faster.
Derek.
Brian.
And what show would be complete without the man who says F you to math and title of our show, the Jurassic World to our series, Titosaurus Rex.
Yeah, all right.
Settled.
It is what it is.
Tito wasn't thrilled with that one.
What, Titosaurus Rex?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or
Yeah.
the Jurassic World.
Yeah. He's no bone thugs.
Oh.
Tying it into the Alan Grant, he's a digger.
Que lindo es.
No harmony, though. Bone thugs.
I
Never
miss
mind.
my Uncle Charles, y'all.
And yes, these jokes are, of course, straight out of the Jurassic period because tonight we are celebrating 30 years of one of the biggest and most influential blockbusters of all time, Howard Stern's Private Parts. No, I'm
Ooh.
kidding. This is in April. Come on, Mark. Settle down. The only parts we're talking about are those sex-changing parts that come with the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park.
Frog
And
DNA?
That's right. Which you think somebody there would know, but we'll get to that. And talk about an episode that is 65 million years in the making. Or it seems that way since we, Derek in particular, have been clamoring to do an episode on this classic since we first began this show. But before we chomp a lawyer off a toilet and devour Samuel L. Jackson, leaving only his arm, our very own prehistoric pots and pans pasta maker, Brian.
He's gonna eat the goat? Excellent.
What's the matter, kid? You never had lamb chops?
I happen to be a vegetarian.
Has prepared a yummy appetizer to start us off.
Last time I trusted somebody, I lost an arm.
Oh, Nick Fury would have taken down those Raptors.
Really would have.
No problem.
So this is an appetizer that we really wanted to sink our teeth into last week, but we seem to have a very full plate with lots and lots of Flash movie to talk about. So, there are a lot of A-list actors who might find the sci-fi horror genre films that we geeky dads happen to love and celebrate as an occasional fun side project. But then there are those actors out there who commit full time to these types of movies. And so it's high time that we honor those individuals with the recognition that they deserve. Therefore, tonight, in honor of Bruce Campbell's recent birthday, we thought it would be fun to bring you our picks for some of our favorite cult film actors.
Ah,
I beg your pardon?
I like that. It was like Marilyn Manson.
The beautiful actor, the beautiful actor.
Hey, you're up, dude.
All right, so I'm going first, and I am picking, and I'm sorry if anybody has this on their list, I'm going with Dick Miller.
I don't.
Star of 185 credited films to his name, according to IMDb.
That's it?
I think it was 185. It should have been more.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. But Dick Miller was the star of Roger Corman's almost every film that he did from, American International Pictures? AIP, right?
Yep.
And yeah, he was that guy from that thing that everybody knows his face but doesn't know his name. You just love him when you see him. He was in everything from Little Shop of Horrors, the original with Jack Nicholson way back in the 60s, all the way up to he played a garbage man in, I think, Legally Blonde. Was it
He's
Legally
a garbage
Blonde?
man in The Burbs.
Yep. The Burbs. He
Yeah.
played the garbage man. I think
hate
he was in Legally
cul-de-sacs.
Blonde or something else. Yeah, but he was in basically everything. He was that guy in the background. He had like maybe 2 lines, and he was just amazing in everything.
He was the Mr. Futterman in the Gremlins movies.
That's
He's
right.
He owns the cult store in The Howling.
Mm-hmm.
He's also the toy delivery guy on Small Soldiers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, fun fact. He's actually Monster Joe from Pulp Fiction, where they go and dump Marvin's body.
Who's
At
Monster Joe?
Monster Joe's Trucking, where they remember where they go and they meet the daughter.
Oh.
Apparently, there was a scene that they filmed with Dick Miller as Monster Joe, but they had to cut it.
That's why I don't
he's
remember
actually
Monster Joe.
in that movie. Fun fact.
That's a fun fact.
It is, yeah. I got a few every now and then.
Look at that.
Fun-ish. Oh, I don't know why I'm thinking we're going that way.
Yeah, no, we could. You want to go counterclockwise this week?
Fuck you. All right, my number 3. This guy's a director and an actor. I'll go with Robert Townsend.
Nice.
Hollywood Shuffle, Meteor Man, The 5 Heartbeats. That's like one of my favorite movies ever. Streets of Fire, The Sorrells. He's one of the Sorrells.
He was really big in the late 80s, early 90s, wasn't he?
Huge. And
Yeah.
Hollywood Shuffle is this really fun movie and poke at like black cinema and the roles or lack thereof for black actors in that time. And there's the great scene with like everybody shows up to the casting call and they're all doing their best Eddie Murphy impersonation and just sitting in the room just like I don't know what to do. And Meteor Man, it's just always been a fun movie for me. I always thought it was a fucking. And I saw an interview with him recently where he was like, "I'm actually," and he actually had his own Marvel book for like 5 issues. They made a Meteor Man book, and he was always like really proud of the fact that he had his own Marvel comic. Nice. But yeah, I've always been a big Robert Townsend guy, so that's my number 3.
Awesome.
Nice.
Good pick.
choice. Mine is James Hong.
Oh,
Little China,
Fucking
Tango
Hong.
and Cash,
Totally
Golden
forgot
Child. Was he in
Golden
the
Child, he is.
Yeah.
Chinatown, and of course Seinfeld 4.
Yeah, Cartwright.
Cartwright. Kung Fu Panda,
Panda's dad.
Balls of Fury, which
Yeah.
is one of the most underrated comedies.
Or as the Chinese say,
He was in Blade Runner.
That's right,
He
was.
does the eyes.
Yeah.
I
He
only
was
do
in
eyes.
Tank Girl. Like he's been in everything, and every TV show you have ever seen, he has been in an episode. This dude has been acting his whole life. He's in his 90s now. I
He's in his
think.
90s, and he
he
just
won
did
Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, he just won an Oscar for
Everything,
Everything
Everywhere,
Everywhere All
See
at
that?
Once.
I didn't even know because I didn't pay attention. Good for him.
Fantastic movie, and he was fantastic in it.
He's just made a career out of playing these little parts. Well, Big Trouble in Little China. He was
I
the
happened
main
to see an episode of I think it was Bonanza or Gunsmoke
was in
on
that?
like MeTV,
Yeah.
like maybe February, March-ish, a few months back. And I'm looking at this one Chinese guy, of course, very stereotypically portrayed in the show, with the cone, the conical hat, and the bluish robes with the toggles, and I'm like, he looks so familiar, and I had to look it up, and it was James Hong in one of his first roles. It was like 1963.
You can catch him on All in the Family.
He looks so young.
He was on that?
Yeah, he was on an episode of All in the Family. Like, he's done it all. He's one of the people that kill themselves on the plane in Airplane when Robert Hayes keeps telling his story.
Yeah.
I think he drives a sword through his heart.
Does, yeah. He commits Harry Carey.
Yes.
He doesn't want to listen to his story anymore.
Funny guy. Good actor, great character actor. Love him. So he had to definitely first on my list.
Yeah.
Or, well, if we're going 3 to 1.
I actually met him.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I told you the story. I was at the Boston Collectibles show about 20 years ago or so, and he was there, and there was nobody in line to meet him, and not that I felt bad, but I was like, I know him from Big Trouble in Little China. I got to meet this guy, and I did, and so I bought a photo for him to sign, and he asked, who am I signing this out to? I said, Brian, but my name is spelled with an E, Brien, for those at home that don't know. And I said, so it's a little different. So he wrote to Brian, a little different, James Hong.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I got to dig that picture out. I don't know where I put it, but it had been put up. I know. I have Lou Ferrigno hanging over our studio.
He doesn't even take credit cards.
Here. I know.
Sure,
he doesn't
James Hong would have taken a credit
James
card.
Hong would have taken whatever.
He might
your
have.
credit card, your fucking whatever.
Very good specials
Personal
tonight.
checks.
I don't remember what I paid him all those years ago, but he was cool. He was very fun to meet.
Yeah, and as David Lopan, just now this really pisses me off.
Oh yeah, I'm looking for a girl with green eyes.
Yeah, fucking love him in that movie.
And Lethal Weapon 4, right? Was he the guy that they go and see and when
no,
Jet Li attacks?
No, Uncle Benny.
Yes.
You're thinking Uncle Benny.
Yeah.
No, that guy is.
Oh, that's the key guy from Matrix. Right?
I don't know.
I love when we play this game.
I don't like when we do this. I should stop guessing right now. I should just say, okay, it's
It was Ang Lee.
It's okay, baby. They all look alike to me, too.
No, I
You
know.
know who the guy
Uncle
from
Benny is,
Lethal
though.
Weapon 4 is? He's the guy that drives the sushi boat in
Fifth Element.
Element.
That's
Oh,
what I'm thinking
that's
of.
the guy.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
the,
All
the
right.
fortune.
right.
He gives him the fortune cookie.
Oh,
Good
that's the one.
philosophy.
Okay,
Yes.
all
Yeah,
right.
that's
Philosophy.
Uncle Benny. I can't.
That's
Yeah.
Uncle Benny.
Yeah.
Who has also done a lot of television.
Yeah,
actually.
he has.
He has had a similar career to James Hong, so you're close on this one. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
Good. I'm glad I'm close.
Missed it by that much.
At least.
You're close now, and you still
now.
are. What's yours?
My first one is Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh,
We were talking about this.
Yeah?
So I was telling Tito earlier, I said I was thinking of him, but I think he's like too big now.
You think he's getting a
Is
little
he
too mainstream?
Big with the mainstream?
Yeah, he's done some more mainstream stuff now, but like he's just in everything.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere you
That's
turn.
true.
And
The
he is,
Mandalorian.
and he's
Right.
such a good bad guy.
Breaking
Yes, he
Bad.
That like kind of corrupt, in charge kind of guy that
Yep.
you know.
Holds all the cards.
Right,
Until he doesn't.
yeah. So I like him.
No, it's a good pick. We ended up settling that we could accept it because
Okay.
he's
Well,
been around
yeah.
forever.
Well, that's what we were talking about. I was like, I think. So you have him as Gus in Breaking Bad, and then Better Call Saul, and then I think that's when he really kind of takes off, and then he's in Better Call Saul. He's in fucking Star Wars. He's in all these things,
Right.
and now he's for real Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was, he's bugging out and do the right thing. He's in King of New York, but he has no speaking lines. He's just there.
Yeah.
He's just a henchman, and he's just in so many things.
I caught him on an episode of Miami Vice. He only had one line in that. And I had only known him as Inspector or Agent or Inspector Coulion in The Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects. Yeah.
My second pick is Tim Curry. Tim Curry
good pick.
from
Well, he's
Legend,
certainly
from
big
the Rocky
now.
Horror Picture Show, from Muppets Treasure Island, to Home Alone Part 2, Lost in New York, Clue. I mean, the man is all over genre cinema and then some. He's also a triple threat. I think he's been in movies. He's put out record albums, and he's done the stage.
Yes.
I was totally bummed that I could not see him in the original cast of Spamalot along David Hyde Pierce.
Oh,
Oh, that would have been
Yeah,
awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, and I wish they had filmed it. They never filmed it.
I know.
Total loss. But anyway, yeah, Tim Curry is my second pick. I absolutely love this guy, and I hope he's doing well. Yeah, I really do. I mean, the poor guy had a stroke a few years ago.
Yeah.
He's still hanging on. He's still...
I read something about him. He's going to be making an appearance somewhere.
He's going to be in New York. He's going to be in the New York Comic Con, and I'm hoping to meet him.
Which is a good sign.
Yeah,
The fact that
I'm hoping to meet him because I never got the opportunity to meet him before. So yeah, that's my second pick.
That's a good pick.
Right.
Tito.
My number 2, I got a bunch, and I don't know what to do.
Again, it's like poetry, sort of they rhyme.
You know what? I love this guy. I'm going Nathan Fillion.
Oh, I almost picked him,
That's
Tito.
a
I
good one.
almost picked him.
I love Firefly, and I love Serenity. And I love this actor. I watched Castle for years. I started watching it because he was in it, and it's not a show I would normally watch.
Yeah.
But he's just so magnetic.
He really
and
is.
funny and cool that I just absolutely love this guy. And he's kind of had a career off of not much.
No, it's true. And he like makes fun of himself. He's very self-aware of his status in Hollywood. Like I was talking about that show Con Man. That was like that web series that he was in with Alan Tudyk.
Oh yeah.
You know, where they're like basically playing versions of themselves like after say Serenity.
Yeah.
And their life is like basically doing like conventions, you know, and their interactions with fans and agents and all the people behind the scenes, and it's a funny freaking show.
And that's one of those things, especially him. I think he did a bunch of stuff with Joss Whedon. He was on Buffy for a little while, and he does Serenity, and really like develops this huge following.
And now he's James Gunn's star.
now
he's in a bunch.
He's a part of that.
Yeah.
Stable. James Gunn was like, I know. You don't want to work with him anymore. So.
Right.
Come over here, Nathan.
I know.
Come over here.
Yeah. Josh Whedon kind of blew it, and then he was in that other. I can't remember. It's with Neil Patrick Harris, the musical.
Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog.
Yeah. He's in that, which is really, really good.
I've never seen that, but I want to.
It's good. It's
You
fun.
almost went Michael Caine.
What?
You don't even realize it.
Did I sound like Michael Caine?
I never seen like you were about to.
I've never seen Dr. Horrible's
Yeah.
Sing-Along Blog.
I'm not fucking finished.
But
I saw
Listen
the
to
oranges
yourself
it
when
bought.
you hear this. Yeah.
the oranges. But I saw the sack of oranges it bought, and Bing Crosby used it to beat his kids.
A nice sack of Valencia oranges will do the trick.
Leave
a mark.
They leave no bruises.
David Bowie and I are doing a song together. My number 2 is that's my number 1, yo. My number 2 is Keith David.
Nice.
Oh, good
They
pick.
Live, Dead
Man, I wish I had
Presidents.
thought of him.
There's something about Mary, Coraline, Requiem for a Dream. This dude is phenomenal in everything he does.
He's got the voice.
He's got the voice and he's got the look.
He does.
That man can look
He's
very
awesome.
terrifying. He can look badass.
Oh.
He can be funny.
Oh,
Woogie wouldn't
dude.
do something like that.
Dude,
I mean,
something about Mary?
I just
How'd you get the
said.
beans about the Franks?
yeah. Woogie.
I got a little excited last week. When I took Liam to Boston for the day, we went to the Museum of Science, and the planetarium has a thing about Mars, and the narrator for it is Keith David.
That's
awesome. Oh,
And
nice.
I'm like, oh, Liam, do you know who this is? Like, I was like, the bad guy from Princess and the Frog. This is him.
Oh, that's
he's
the other
boy.
thing. That was right. I forgot about
Hey,
that
Liam,
one.
the voice you're hearing is Keith David. There's no expense.
We spent-
You got that right, Hammond.
And I wasn't sure. I thought maybe I said to him, and I could have just completely lied to my child, but I'm pretty sure that he voiced Martian Manhunter in like one thing or another.
He could have, but I'm not sure if I ever heard it.
I know he was Goliath from Gargoyles.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like, oh, that's. He's doing a
he
thing over
probably
Mars 'cause
has.
He's Martian
right.
He
Manhunter.
probably has.
So I lied.
Yeah.
I told
Well,
Liam,
I don't know.
yeah, you
I know
played-
Carl. I know Carl Lumley did it on the animated series. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I know,
Yep.
and maybe in one of the others. I don't
Yeah.
know. But this dude has one of my favorite minds in horror movie history. It's how does this motherfucker wake up after thousands of years and get out
Yeah.
of
The Thing, They Live.
Yep.
Holy shit.
he's-
Yeah.
like, he's
This
got
guy's
the
resume.
fight scene with They Live. He's
Yeah. He was hilarious in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yep.
That's right. I
Yep.
forgot he was in that. Yeah.
Yep.
See,
He played the hitman in that.
He
He's
is,
the president
he's
on Rick and Morty.
that's right. He
He's
is.
hilarious.
So I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a very recognizable. He does the. he hosted that awesome comic book documentary that the History Channel did a while back.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that was called. He's awesome though.
And don't confuse him with David Keith either.
That's
No,
right.
That's different.
Yeah, that's like
He played Daredevil's father
That's
as
right.
Ben Affleck.
David
Right,
Keith
exactly.
is different, and he's not as good.
He's like Keith David's negative. Like if you took a photo and you have the negative.
Derek, what's your next one?
My next one, God, there's so many of them. I'm going to go with Gary Cole.
Gary Coleman?
Yes.
Gary Cole.
What you talking about, Lou?
Not Gary Coleman, no.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What you talking about, Derek?
Willis?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Love Gary Cole.
in so many good comedic roles. He's another one that has done a lot of voice work too. He's got a very distinct voice.
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite. He was the uncle.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
No.
That's
No.
right. No,
Wasn't
that's
he?
Uncle
No,
Rico.
you're thinking of Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah,
Uncle Rico.
No,
that's not
Gary
Gary
Cole
Cole.
is not. No.
Cut that out then. I'm an idiot.
Gary Cole is Office Space. He's
No,
Wahlberg.
I know he's Office Space.
No,
and I
the
know
uncle.
he was
the
in the
uncle
Brady Bunch.
The uncle was John
Yeah.
Grice.
Yeah,
Grice.
John Grice was Uncle Rico. He's the one who played the Wolfman. And
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. But yeah, I'm sticking with Gary Cole
okay, all right.
because I have seen other things with him, and he's good.
He did this weird ass made for sci-fi TV show back in the 90s. It was called American Gothic.
Yes.
I believe he played the devil. Or
Yes.
yeah, right?
Was that on
It-
Sci-Fi? Or was
it
that
was
on
on
like
s-
CBS?
Sci-fi. It was a sci-fi show.
American Gothic.
For show.
Had the little kid.
Yep. And he's the bad guy in it. He makes a great bad guy.
Look this up, Tito. I think Sean Cassidy executive produced this show, and I think it was originally on CBS.
You might be right.
I remember watching it in primetime. I think maybe Sci-Fi
Sci-fi picked it up.
It only ran for one season, I believe.
Yeah,
maybe
it wasn't on
two.
for very long. What's her name? Paige Turco from Ninja Turtles 2 was in it.
Might be right. It's been
cutie.
so
April
long.
O'Neil?
Yeah,
Oh.
number 2, the cuter one.
That's
There,
right.
I said it. Yo, I said it.
From the second one, you're saying?
From the second one.
There were two Aprils.
Yeah,
Poor Judith. Judith
Wow,
Hogue.
I didn't know
Judith
that.
Hogue in the first one.
Poor Judith
CBS.
Hogue.
Yeah, it was CBS. And was it Sean Cassidy from?
Sean Cassidy.
All right.
Yeah, see, I remember the show.
Point. Well, I remember seeing it on Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
Sean
yeah.
Cassidy? Who is he?
Sean Cassidy was the Hardy Boys way back in the day. He was
okay.
also he had a musical career in the
And
70s.
the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
No, that's David Cassidy.
I know.
David Cassidy is his half brother or cousin or something.
Oh, they're really related?
is.
Yeah.
What are you doing, step bro?
Oh, look at him.
Yeah. He's
Yep. Oh, I know what he looks like. I remember.
Cassidy, for sure.
I had that poster
That's
on
why
my
I
wall.
showed him to you
No, that
last.
was the poster I had on my
That's the
wall.
one. I'll just.
I'm only kidding.
Shirley
he's
Jones.
not.
Shirley Jones is his mom.
That's right.
Shirley-
Partridge Family.
Is Shirley Jones isn't David Cassidy's mom, though, right?
Half mother, I think.
Half mother?
Stepmother.
Stepmother?
I guess that makes more sense. Stepmother.
They cut the mom
Half-mother.
in
There's some
half.
love
Yeah,
on
that's
the
right.
Partridge Family set,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. She
King
has no
Solomon
legs.
thing.
She's my half mother.
You keep half the mom, I'll keep the other half. Brian, what's your next one?
We're doing 3, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my top one is, of course, Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee made a career of playing basically bad guys, starting way back. Most famously for Hammer, which we talk about a lot. He played everything from Frankenstein's monster to Dracula to the Mummy to everything else in Hammer. Moved on to being a Bond villain. He played everything all the way up to playing Saruman in Lord of the Rings, and the man could basically do it all. And I absolutely love the man. He's definitely a cult actor.
He is.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Stay tuned.
expecting,
We're only a couple months away from
right.
Yeah.
heading to Halloween Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Plenty of Christopher Lee talking in that.
That's right.
Oh yeah. I would hope so.
Look at how excited everybody is.
Woo!
Look at that.
He's a sexy man.
You can,
Christopher
you can,
Lee.
you can
Rah,
cut
rah.
the excitement with a knife.
I was expecting a Christopher Lee.
Tito?
Damn, I got 2 number ones. I gotta pick one. I maybe should have dropped Nathan Fillion. I got this. This is my guy. He's been my guy for fucking ever. Sam Rockwell.
Oh yeah.
I
thought
fucking
of him
love Sam
too.
Rockwell. From
Speaking of
TMNT.
Regular but mental.
Yeah, Strictly Business, 7 Psychopaths, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Fucking Iron Man 2, Galaxy Quest,
Yep.
Hitchhiker's Guide.
The Green Mile.
He's phenomenal in everything he does.
He really is.
He's one of those like actors. Like he's an actor. When I
Yeah.
think about certain people that have like, some of these bigger actors have transcended, their roles to just being that guy. This guy is just a fucking phenomenal actor, and
He
he's
is.
great in everything he does.
You ever
He's
see
funny,
him in the
he's
movie
scary.
Moon?
Yep, I saw
No,
that.
I've never seen that. It's just
Moon
him,
is good.
right?
It's just him. It's just him. Directed by David Bowie's son.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Chad Bowie.
No, I forget his name.
I
He
know.
doesn't go by Bowie, but it's
Scott Bowie.
Scott.
Bowie.
Yeah.
David Cassidy.
That's it, Sean Cassidy. But it's
Beaver-
really
and the
good.
Beaver Brown Band.
Yeah, he's basically trapped on the moon
Yeah.
with a clone of himself.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Really? That's the plot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never
It was
knew.
on Netflix for a while. I caught it. It's pretty good.
It's good.
That's
it's
one
good.
of those movies I've been meaning to see maybe forever. Oh, Duncan Jones.
Duncan Jones, because
Duncan Jones.
David Bowie's original name was
Is
David Jones.
he the neighbor in F is for Family? The swinger neighbor who was the...
I've never seen. Is that the Bill Burr show?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I want to say
It's like, is
he
that animated?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, right?
animated. Yeah.
Oh, you brought this up once before, a long time ago.
It's a great show.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
on Hulu and Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix?
I don't know why you're not watching it.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's
I know, I'm
awesome.
gonna
You
have
guys,
to.
I think I know what we're watching after we
I
get
didn't
off.
realize it was Bill Burr.
He's Vic.
Yeah.
Is that the name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
Vic.
Vic the
Yeah.
Slick?
Yeah,
Sam Rockwell.
Nick the Dick?
Nick the what?
The dick.
Yeah, I've never seen. He's one of those people that I'm so mad that he played Justin Hammer because I think he should have had a bigger role in Marvel.
Yeah, agreed.
And I mean, they've done it. They've had other actors play multiple roles. Like Jaimon Hansu was in a couple of things. He should be in something else. Something I don't know. I don't know why he never. I guess he's hit, but not to the extent that I would like to.
Yeah.
You want to see him.
He's that actor that I could always
break out
picture in
into
my head,
that.
but I can never think of his name when I want it.
Yeah. We're a family. Call this here, that there, family. Yeah.
Sam Rockwell.
Can we watch Ninja Turtles after this? Mine is Tom Atkins, number one. I'm sure you all saw this coming.
yeah.
I've spoken
stayed away
about him
from it.
enough. I just love the guy. He's awesome.
Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins.
That's the guy with the mustache, right?
The guy without the mustache. No, with the mustache. But I
know
like
more
him
about
without
him
the
than you.
mustache. He had no mustache in the fog.
A mustache, big mustache, thick mustache, my mustache, your mustache. Say the word mustache. A mustache. Now we both have said mustache, a mustache. If you've only got a mustache.
But he's better with mustache.
Was that the only way
Jamie Lee?
Jamie Lee would kiss him?
Jamie Lee would kiss
Like,
him
shave
if
that thing
Tom
off.
Atkins was in a man bun. It
tickles
doesn't
me.
matter. You don't say no to Tom Atkins.
Yeah, thanks for
Dude
man
gets
buns.
laid
What's with you
in
and
every
man
one of
buns?
his movies.
I was wondering the same thing.
Except
A lot of
Lethal
man buns
Weapon.
tonight.
In Lethal Weapon, he gets killed. He
He
does
probably
not
got
get
laid. You just off screen.
Yeah. He's drinking that eggnog.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, boom.
Can I refill your eggnog for you? Get you something to eat? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere? Leave you for dead?
You got laid the fuck out.
Probably
Yeah.
eggnog from a
That's
woman.
that's the after sex eggnog.
After sex eggnog.
Instead of having a cigarette, he's trying to cut back. So
Post-coital eggnog.
He just dumps it all over his chest. It's
He does.
just more sexy that way.
He does.
fertilized eggnog.
Oh, and what a chest that must be. Good old Tom Atkins.
Even
Night
his
of the
chest
Creeps.
has a mustache.
It does. Both nipples have a mustache. Night of the Creeps, Halloween 3, The Fog, Creepshow, Maniac Cop, Lethal Weapon. I know he had a occurring role on The Fall Guy, I believe. He
That
was
wet dream you had the other
That
night.
wet dream I had the other night, where Tom Atkins and I were just hanging out on the beach, drinking out of a coconut.
Drinking eggnog out of a coconut.
Oh, Tom, that was fantastic. Thank you.
And you know what he said? He said, I know. I know. I got all the memes. I send them to people that hate Halloween 3. Memes like, I don't care if you don't like Halloween 3. I just fucked your mom or something like that. And he has become an icon. And he's just an everyday guy who was in the right place at the right time for a lot of these movies. But he's one of the few actors I've seen, mainstream or otherwise, that almost gets with every woman he's been with. So good for Tom. It's the mustache.
It's got to be the mustache.
Gotta be the mustache.
It's magic.
Yeah, you don't have a mustache, though.
No, I know. I was thinking about growing one.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I said I was thinking about growing one.
Oh? You should know that kind of mustache is a very costly facial accessory.
Runners up.
Well, I didn't get.
What's your number one?
one?
Derek?
Oh,
Number
I
one.
thought that's right. I forgot we started with you. Sorry,
My
Derek.
number
you started
one.
with
Number
me.
one.
My number one is Catherine Hahn. I fucking
wow.
love
Oh,
Catherine
girl,
Hahn.
good.
Yes.
I had a hard time.
We
thinking-
did it.
There's plenty of girls
Yeah.
too, but I love her. I've loved her since I saw The Goods. She's fucking hilarious, and she's great as a serious actress too. She's getting more mainstream. She's joined Marvel. She's Agatha Harkness. So I mean, which she was great on that show. She made that show. Like it was fantastic.
Yeah.
The scene in Step Brothers where she has sex with John C. Reilly and then throws her leg up on the urinal and pees on the urinal. is fucking
She
awesome.
is. She's one of those actresses that like
love
those
that scene.
comedic actresses who isn't afraid to just like go for it.
No.
She's not hung up on oh well this wouldn't be appropriate or I'm a lady. No, she's balls out hilarious. I fucking love her. And I'm glad that she's getting more and more work because she deserves it. I hope they make another Bad Moms movie because she's hilarious in those.
Oh yeah,
I
I only
haven't
saw the
seen
first
those.
one.
Oh,
I saw
they're
the
funny.
first one.
They're
I wanna
funny.
see
Mila
those,
Kunis
yeah.
and Kristen Bell.
Mila
Yeah.
Kunis. Mila Kunis.
But yeah,
Excuse me.
like those movies. She's in a really good movie called Afternoon Delight, and I forget the name of the show that she did for. I want to say HBO, and she's the star. So she's getting lead work, which is good. She's been relegated as the best, one of the best friends, or the funny friend, or the crazy drunk girl. But
She's branching out a bit.
she is.
Miss Fletcher.
That's the one. Yes. So
Good for great
But yeah,
choice, Derek.
Catherine Hahn. Yeah.
I am a sexist pig. I had a hard time thinking of female cult actors, and there weren't many.
I got one.
Do you? What are your runners up? Now it's
Okay,
you.
all right. So
now I'm right. I was wrong.
So for runners up, I've got Danny Trejo, Kurt Russell, Jeffrey Combs, and my
Jeffrey Combs
female.
is a great one.
I've got Linnea Quigley.
Oh, how could I miss that one? Good.
From
call.
Return of the Living Dead,
Yes.
from Chopping Mall. Was it Chopping Mall? I'm thinking of. Yeah,
That's a good one.
a bunch of other horror movies and genre movies from the 80s,
Yep.
early 90s.
Nice.
I got I had Dick Miller as a runner up. He's the man. I had Danny Trejo as a runner up. Also, I got my girl, fucking Divine.
Oh man,
It's fucking
Divine.
the
Talk
epitome
about
of
cult.
cult.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I didn't even think to
I
use
saw her eat a piece of shit once. And I was like, why am I watching this movie?
Because it's funny.
It's Divine.
It's disturbing, but yeah, I loved.
Because John Waters told you to. That's
Dude,
why.
I love. It's weird. I grew up with two older sisters. They want to watch shit, so I had to watch it. So the reason I like Steel Magnolias is because of my sister. The reason I like Hairspray is because of my sister. And I fucking love that movie and love John Waters and was like, I got to see every John Waters thing that comes out. And Divine is just this very magnetic human being.
You know,
Super interesting person that.
one of John Waters' favorite movies is Eraserhead. Just saying.
And another runner-up I had is on Derek's T-shirt. I was watching Jurassic Park yesterday, and I was like, Jeff Goldblum is the fucking cult.
He really is,
Jurassic
actually, when
Park,
you think of it.
true.
I mean, Jurassic Park and
Yeah.
Independence
Never really
Day
a leading man, but
really
always,
put him over the top, I
Yeah.
think. But for years, it was
Yeah,
like
before that, he
a
was-
fucking-
Yeah, that and Independence Day.
Yep.
You know, he was, The Fly, Earth Girls Are Easy.
I love Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yeah.
He was just like a really quirky, interesting guy, and then he just took off and then he started doing Wes Anderson
Buckaroo
movies.
Banzai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Transylvania
And another triple
65000.
threat because
Yeah.
he's an awesome musician.
Oh, I did not
That's
know
right,
that.
yeah. Is he a saxophone player? What does he play?
I
Piano?
I know he plays piano.
Yeah,
Skin
I've seen
flute.
him play piano. Skin
Skin
flute, yeah,
flute.
skin flute.
Flute, I think.
Hairy bagpipes and rusty
Sing
trombone.
us a song, Ian Malcolm.
You got some backups over there, Karina?
Yeah, I got a few. Sid Haig, Regina Hall, Wayne Knight, Jessica Walter, Saul Rubinek, Brad Dorff, Andrew Devoff, Dwight Fry, Reggie Bannister, Robert Zadar, and Tor Johnson.
Saul
Robert
Rubinek.
Zadar.
Saul
I
Rubinek.
treated you like a son.
No, that scene in True Romance. What I don't know what Bonnie like. What is Bonnie? What is Bonnie like? Oh, coming home in a body bags 2.
Did you guys see the Fright Rags just came out with the True Romance
I
t-shirts
did.
this
Oh,
week?
no.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Who or what is a Drexel? I thought it was White Boy Day. It ain't White Boy Day. Is it? No, it ain't White Boy Day. So, Derek?
Stephen Root.
Nice.
good one. Oh,
I didn't-
man.
That's a great one.
Tilda
yes.
Swinton.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Another one.
too.
I don't know
Yeah.
if she could be considered, but Allison Janney.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Totally.
would.
Allison Janney?
Yeah.
Totally.
I mean, she's more well known now, especially after like Mom.
Yeah,
But, like-
But
West
she
Wing.
had that career where she was in
like
the-
Drop Dead Gorgeous and
Yeah. Oh, she was
she's
great.
in one. What the hell was it called? I want to say it's The Way Way Back. No, it's not The Way Way Back. I can't remember.
She is in the way back.
She is, but
Yeah.
but that's not the one I'm thinking of. It's like Paul Giamatti,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good one.
Clancy Brown,
Pig Vomit.
Oh, Clancy.
How could I fucking forget
Clancy Brown,
Yeah.
and
Good
and,
one,
and
Derek.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I almost picked Ron
Yeah.
Perlman, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I may have.
I like a lot of like some of his lesser.
Those
roles.
are the real cult ones.
He's the star of a French film called
Children of a Lesser God.
No, Children of the Lost City.
Children of the Lost City.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Oh, Ron Perlman?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the Amelie guy.
Right.
And
That's right.
Delicatessen.
Yeah.
He was the Beast.
Very cool movie.
Big square head.
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Beauty and the Beast.
Yep, that's right. With Linda Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome pick.
Hellboy. The best Hellboy.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
How about you? Back.
I've already done mine. I started with
Good.
the-
We're
yeah.
done.
That's it.
These are the appetizers.
These are the
Those
appetizers.
guys are great.
All right. Excellent appetizers, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, great picks. Shall we get to the main course?
The main course.
If we must.
Help you, boys?
You got any white bread?
Yes.
I'll have some toasted white bread, please.
You want butter or jam on that toast, honey?
No, ma'am. Dry. Got any fried chicken?
Best damn chicken in the state.
Bring me 4 fried chickens and a Coke.
You want chicken wings or chicken legs?
4 fried chickens and a Coke.
And some dry white toast, please.
You all want anything to drink with that?
No, ma'am.
A Coke.
Be up in a minute.
Picture it, Bridgewater, 1993. I'm waiting in line with my buddy and friend of the show, Jason Pritchard, as we and some other pals of ours are anxiously waiting to see this new movie that was the talk of the town, based on a book that at the time I had never read because it wasn't a comic book, and seeing only the trailer, which showed very little dinosaur and a lot of promise. Jay and I fought through the crowd to get the 2 best seats in the house for Jurassic Park. I had always been a fan of dinosaurs, knew all the names, knew how to draw them all, knew that Barney was a grossly misrepresentation of what a T-Rex was. And I had seen some dinosaur movies with stop-motion creatures, and yeah, it was cool. But nothing prepared me for what I was about to see. And I'm sure the same could be said for almost every person who first laid eyes on this cinematic spectacle. Now, 30 years and some inept sequels later, the original Jurassic Park remains the ultimate dinosaur thriller. And somehow its special effects from CGI to autoerotic, animatronic creations look better than all the CGI monsters that would follow for the next few decades. For many, this remains Spielberg's greatest triumph. Who better to give us the ultimate in dino realism than the man who gave us Aliens, Killer Sharks, and who had already made archaeology a kick-ass profession with the Indiana Jones movies, 3 of them. This time, he takes paleontology to the next level with heart-stopping action and heartwarming wonder. So come back with me, folks, to a world where a Scottish billionaire's vision came to life only to be thwarted by Newman from Seinfeld.
Newman!
Dr. Derek, Dr. Brian, my dear Dr. Tito, welcome to 3GD's review of Jurassic Park. Opening thoughts. Who's going first? Brian.
I love this movie. I think it's the best of all of them. Like you, Mark, I was a huge dinosaur fan growing up. You can ask my entire family, and my mom will attest to this.
Hang on, I'll call
I,
him.
too, knew all of their names. And even when it came out in 93, I was much older, but I still couldn't wait to see this movie. I hadn't read the book. I didn't read the book until after seeing the movie, but the movie blew me away. Just like everybody else, I was blown away by the effects and the story and the possibility. And this movie and Terminator 2, which came out 2 years before this movie, I thought was the pinnacle of special effects. And after seeing Jurassic Park, I thought, that's it, we can do anything. We can make anything appear on screen. And to some extent, I guess it came true. But for the most part, it was groundbreaking and amazing, and I loved it.
Nice. Tito.
Yeah, I actually did not see this movie in the movie theaters. Yeah, I remember my sister going to see it. I think I remember seeing the trailer. I want to say this movie is a phenomenal movie. But when I was a kid, I wasn't a huge dinosaur person. I didn't know that I would love. I didn't know what a Steven Spielberg movie was. I just know that he made a lot of movies that I loved, and then later it was like, oh, Steven Spielberg's the man. And so the first time I saw it was actually on television.
So you were like about 10 when this came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I thought it was phenomenal. It came out around the same summer as, was it the next year that Independence Day came out? Next year?
Mm.
And that was another, like Brian, when I think back to film and what they became, again, yeah, he's absolutely right. Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park changed filmmaking forever, and what it could be. And this movie has everything. It's just this great movie that you just don't see anymore. You do, but you don't. And it isn't. It's not an original idea. It was early back before everybody was buying every single book and turning it into a movie.
Right.
And Michael Crichton kind of had the market cornered on that.
Him and Grisham.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But then you have like or Tom Clancy or whatever. But those are so like specific kind of films. This was so big, and it bums me out that I missed the mark a little bit on it. No pun intended. As a child for when it came out, because it just, I don't know, it came out and then everybody said it was the best thing ever, and then I eventually saw it and I was like, wow, this movie's fucking awesome. I did not want to see it. It just kind of missed me.
Missed it by that much.
When I was a kid, because I was more into cartoons and comic books, and those are the things if I was going to go to a movie and ask my mom to take me, I had to know that I really want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
this
great
book
film.
made me want to read books, real books. I read the book right after seeing the movie, after the sixth time going to see this movie. I have not gone back and seen a movie for so many times since, if that makes sense. I've gone back and seen a movie maybe twice, but never, like every weekend I was going back to see Jurassic Park. Fell in love with it. Fell in love with this movie. Like I said, I was a huge dinosaur fan, and I was with the right people. There was a huge audience. Everybody was just collectively feeling this movie, and it was phenomenal. After that entire summer was Jurassic Park T-shirts. I had the soundtrack playing nonstop, and that was probably. It sounds weird. What was I, a freshman in high school? It was that last moment of innocence when it comes to filmmaking, because then I went to Pittsburgh, discovered weed and David Lynch and independent films, and then everything changed.
What are y'all doing in here? We're smoking reefer, and you don't want no part of this shit. You don't want it.
I think I kind of want it.
Okay, but just this once. Come on in.
It just all changed in 97
And
for
you
me.
never looked
Film
back.
changed. But from Jurassic Park through Independence Day, the blockbuster summer movie,
So this
that's
is
what
why
it
you're
was
like
all
this.
about. This is why I'm like this.
So there was a different path for you.
Say no to drugs, kids.
There was a different path.
Sorry,
for you.
Mom. I know you're listening.
In Pennsylvania.
Stay out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, blame Pittsburgh.
Stay out of Pittsburgh, man.
Steel City?
Dad, why did you bring me to a gay steel mill?
I don't know. This is a nightmare. You're all sick.
Oh, be nice.
It's a weird ass city, man. That's my opening thought. You?
I love this movie. It is definitely it might even be the best movie, like my favorite movie of all time. It's neck and neck with Clue. But it has everything. You don't get many movies that are pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
And this one is. From the writing, the music, it was like the John Williams score in this movie. That soundtrack was one of the first soundtracks I ever owned, and it's amazing start to finish. All the cinematography, the special effects, obviously, which were such a breakthrough, and really did like you guys said. I mean, we could do anything, and anything could be put on film after this movie, and it set so many standards, and even the fact that a lot of it was like animatronic. There were practical effects, and they still managed to make it very lifelike, and these things were terrifying. I wasn't a dinosaur fan, and even after the movie I really wasn't like, oh, rah dinosaurs, I want to see I want to see, I want to go to the museums and see all these things. But it just,
That belongs in a museum.
So do you.
I was excited while I watched this movie, and I saw it on opening night. It was a huge, the place was packed. The reaction, it was one of those movies where everybody clapped afterwards and went wild. The reactions from the audience were awesome. I mean, all the awesome jump scares, and it's funny because, I mean, I must have seen this movie probably 400, 500 times, but but I remember, well, probably more. I don't know. Who's counting? But I remember not really getting some of this stuff until later on in life. I'm like, oh, that's what he said.
That's always the best, though.
Yeah.
When I finally.
Yeah, you're always finding something new, and it is. It's really just a perfect movie. All the characters, all the dialogue. I always joke with friends that there's a couple of us that are huge fans of this movie, and we know it front and back, and we could have whole conversations with just quotes. I've always said that there's a Jurassic Park quote for every situation in life. I even, I've got one of my best friends every year on our birthdays. We call each other with a special birthday Jurassic Park quote of the day, and we quote one of the quotes of the movie. And we've been doing it for like 20 years.
Mr. Hammond, the phone is not working.
I think I've used that one.
That's good. It's one of those movies that kind of transcended everything.
Yeah.
I was watching this last night, and my daughter was like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Jurassic Park."
Yeah.
She's 6, so we see the raptor scene, and she's like, "Okay, this is kind of interesting." And then they were just talking. And she was like, "Wow, this is really boring. I'm gonna go to the other room and watch YouTube videos." I was like, "You know what? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Have fun."
You're ruining this for Daddy.
I didn't say that, but I thought it. But I was like, "Go ahead, just leave the room. That's fine. It's not for you, and it was for me."
I mean, and you can see
You
why.
should have been like Dr. Grant. You should have gone up to her with a raptor climb.
Slice
Boring,
it across the
huh?
table.
Boring, huh?
Well, try to imagine yourself watching YouTube videos in the Cretaceous or
That doesn't look
Jurassic
very
period.
scary.
And
Looks like a giant turkey.
And that's when you notice the raptor in your bedroom that came from the side and
Yeah.
slices your belly. Yeah.
Clever girl.
Here, or maybe across the belly, spilling out the intestines.
Next time, try to show Daddy respect when he's watching his movie. But you got to do it in a funky, muffled New Zealand accent.
I think it's one of his best American accents.
It is.
It's good.
I think so
It's
too.
good.
Yeah,
But,
Grant.
He
but
did
there's
a good
some
job
moments.
in this movie.
There are some moments where
he
it
slips.
slips, and
Oh,
it makes
yeah.
me
Yeah.
laugh. One of my favorite quotes is because of the way he says it, and I'll get to it. But
Well, it's funny because he doesn't even need to be American.
no,
Right.
he
Yeah.
could've just
No,
yeah.
he could have been anybody.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much though. Each time I watch this, I notice
And it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it.
things that are silly about this movie that like
Yeah.
you're so enamored with the film you don't pick up on it, and we'll go into it tonight. But Dr. Grant's kind of a creepy guy. Like he really gets off on torturing kids.
Because he's antisocial. He's
Yeah.
not.
He is,
he's
but
not a
he's
kid's person.
He's got a very
Now,
evil
is he
look about him.
Is he a creepy guy because he likes torturing kids, or is he a creepy guy because he's dating somebody half his age?
Both. Both. But just the smirk that he
Yeah.
has, he tries to come off as
They're a great couple.
mischievous.
They are.
He looks
There's
very
so much chemistry.
He looks very sinister. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he's scary. He scares me.
I have a
But
friend who
it
absolutely
was
loves
yeah.
Jurassic Park as much as you do, I think.
Yeah.
and
The whole series
loves
or
them
just
all.
the
And
film?
owns them all. And
Yeah.
I remember I told her I never saw 3 and she let me borrow it. Oh, no, she bought me a copy for Christmas on VHS. And it was the only one that I owned. I didn't own 1 or 2, but I owned 3 and I owned it for some years.
That's hilarious. I got the first one on VHS still,
Yeah.
proudly displayed. This is my mom's favorite movie too. Shout out to the mom, to my mom's. This is her favorite movie, and she wanted to watch it all
That's
the
a
time.
great one. Just black cover,
Right.
logo with
Simple.
the very,
Yep.
the font
all you
is
needed.
so
Iconic.
great.
It's like
it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's almost as iconic as the original '89 Batman
It
cover.
is.
You know,
Right.
you just had
Yeah.
that black
Right.
cover
Black case
with the
with
yellow
insignia.
and black
Right.
insignia.
Yeah.
Yep,
Exactly.
you knew exactly what it was.
And it's still so much fun.
You
to
could
watch.
see it from across the Blockbuster room.
Right.
Yep.
And you knew what video cassette that was.
I love covers like that. Like
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. The first Ghostbusters
Yeah,
was like that.
yeah.
It was just
Iconic
a
logos.
symbol. Right.
And all the posters that were on like buses and
Yeah.
bus stop signs and whatnot. Awesome. Yeah, Sarah, my wife and I, we were watching this last night, and we still had a ball watching it.
Yeah.
You never get tired of this movie. You just like you said, Derek. You get sucked back into the wonderment of it, and
fun
it
film.
just brings
And
you
it
back
does,
to
and
a
it-
simpler time.
And it holds up.
Yes, it does.
Like obviously some of the technology's outdated as far as like the computers that they're using.
It's
there.
a
You know,
Unix
not some-
system.
Right. I
I
know
know
this.
this.
oh,
and it looks nothing like a Unix
Right.
system.
Like the fact that she's a hacker, like you know,
Yeah.
you're a 1993 hacker.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Welcome. You've got mail.
You wouldn't be able to, break into NATO. So,
Well, hey, you're no Matthew Broderick. This isn't War Games we're talking about.
pretty sure she used Prodigy.
What I noticed, and this happens in a lot with movies these days, because TVs are so fucking good now. When you see the CGI, it's still groundbreaking CGI, but it's like Oh no, I can tell it's a little bit more CGI because my TV's so much better than it was.
Yeah.
You know what you want to do? You want to watch Dominion and then go watch the
I think
original
the CGI
again.
is worse.
Right.
And then
that
you'll
movie?
remember how awesome the original CGI is in the first Jurassic
I
Park
think
one.
the CGI in Dominion is very. I thought I only saw Jurassic World. I thought the CGI in that was really good.
It was okay.
There,
It was all right.
there was
It was,
there was only like 7 minutes of actual CGI in the original Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
The rest of it
was animatronic.
Was animatronic. It was puppets. It was practical effects, which
Even
is why
the
it looked
T-Rex,
better.
like the T-Rex part, where they had a
giant
full size
dinosaur.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
It was all originally going to be done by Phil Tippett, who did the stop motion effects for Star Wars Empire Strikes Back with the AT-ATs. And he was all set. He was doing a lot of research on dinosaur movements. He was working it out. He came up with, I think he did the pre-visuals.
Yep.
In stop motion, and I think they were going to use digital effects to like kind of blur the motion so it wouldn't look so janky and you know how that stop motion kind of has that jerky motion to it. That was what they were going to use the CGI for. But one guy was like, well, why don't we try it and see? Right. And that's what Kathleen Kennedy, who was, Steven Spielberg's producer back then, saw the wireframe dinosaur, the T-Rex. It was like a skeleton walking, and she's like, what is that? And Spielberg was like, I don't know, but damn. And they ended up going with that. And the line that Malcolm uses in the film where he says to Dr. Grant and Sadler, like, I think you guys are extinct, was actually Phil Tippett saying that to Spielberg. When he saw this, he says, I'm extinct.
Yep.
He says, my work it's not going to be used anymore.
Yeah.
CGI is the future. And he was so devastated.
Yeah.
He was so depressed.
But
Poor
they
Phil
still
Tippett.
give him, they give him a credit.
They
though,
did give
right?
him a credit.
Yeah.
They did. But it still crushed him because this was his life's work, and he can see that it's not going that way anymore. That movies are now going digital instead of practical, and it crushed him. It really did.
Yeah.
But here we are now, how many decades later, and we still have a soft spot for stop motion, and we tend to bitch a lot about CGI
Harryhausen
being used too much.
Yeah,
right?
It's
more,
true.
And more and more, it's coming back.
And we're on this show, we're always championing practical effects over CGI.
That's funny.
Right.
CGI might be cheaper, but it looks cheaper.
Yeah.
Right.
It shows
it's done
on screen.
right, it looks good, but you never know. You just can't tell.
It's true.
Categories? Shall we get into it?
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right. Favorite scene. Scenes.
There are so many in this movie. If I had to pick a favorite scene, it's tough because I like the tree scene with the T-Rex at the beginning, and I also like the kitchen scene at the end with the velociraptors.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the kitchen scene at the end, just because for some reason now when I watch it as I'm older, I just want the T-Rex scene at the beginning to move to end. I kind of want it to. It just seems to go on a little bit long for me now.
Yeah.
Whereas I think there's more tension with the raptors at the end with the kids.
Yeah.
As opposed to Dr. Grant and Ian and everybody, in the rain. I just like the kitchen scene at the end better.
Yeah, I could see that. But I mean, we've all seen the movie a billion
1,000
times between the four of us, so it's like it's a fucking raptor in the thing. We already know
exactly, but it's still
it's
like that reflection scene still gets me every time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
with Lex?
It surprises me almost every time. It's a great scene.
Yeah.
Her running though bugs me.
The kids bug me. I can't stand
That's
either.
True.
Of them.
So
it's true. We all siding with Dr.
I
Grant.
love the Raptors, but that scene I have a hard time with because all of a sudden the Raptors are tripping all over them. They're supposed to be these cunning hunters. They can open doors. They can find weak spots on fence.
They're not used to slick. They're not used to slick, slippery floors.
That's a load of crap.
It's not a load of crap. They're not designed for that.
Yeah.
There were no metal surfaces for them to walk on.
I'm
they are
sure
not.
They could find a way.
Life finds a way.
They can hop on tables with grace.
Not to mention, they're not even used to really running.
Yeah.
They're born.
They've been contained.
I say those kids are
kept in
dead.
that
If you're trapped in a
containment thing.
kitchen with those efficient killers, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're not falling for those
Well, there's two
Macaulay
of 'em.
Culkin
Yeah,
tricks, man.
there's two of 'em.
No way.
Yeah.
That's also. So I want to say the Jello leading up to it because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
as much as I can't stand the kids, I absolutely love her face and
Yeah.
the Jello movement.
Yeah.
It's almost as iconic as the cup of water when the T-Rex is stepping.
Yeah.
And I'm with Brian. That scene is just fucking awesome. And it, as unbelievable as a lot of the shit can be in this movie, it does make sense to me that they're in a confined space. It's slippery, as maniacal as the Velociraptor become, and they become the true villains of the movie, which is just fucking hilarious. To me. The more I see it, I'm just like, oh, they have an agenda. This is awesome.
They even tap their
even
claws.
tap.
Like Morse
right.
code, like
They
trying
just-
to signal each other.
One of them needs like a pet whatever that they can just fucking bulb something.
So all I need to elude one is a wet floor at a McDonald's that somebody just mopped, and I'm fine.
In that scene, yes. Or a T-Rex to show up and eat one of them.
Like
but
Batman.
that scene, it's great tension. They got to survive. They got to survive
I know
that
they
scene.
do.
I think it's a really, really fun scene. And again, I am not a big fan of Lex or Timmy in this film. And most of the other scenes, I feel like they drag down. But that scene is so tense. And as much as I hate them, I don't want them to die in that scene. I'm like, oh no, you're gonna get out of this. This is great. And they recognize
Die later.
Yeah, right. Die after this. Fall off of a cliff or something.
But get out of the kitchen.
Yeah. I want him to die in the car when it falls off the tree, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. So then I'm just like, I guess you can stick around.
Hop up,
But phenomenal scene.
hop on a countertop. You have a great view of a dinosaur, bird's eye view of that whole kitchen. You would spot them. Yeah, you wouldn't.
They do. They hop on the countertop.
Yeah, and
they're not
they
steady.
They tap the floor with the spoon, and they're oh, what's that? What? No, not buying it.
You're not buying that.
I'm not buying that.
Are you buying it more that they have an agenda than that they can't handle slippery surfaces?
I'm saying if you're giving them an agenda, they can damn well handle a fucking slippery floor and can elude to little kids.
You got a favorite?
There's all melted ice cream all over that floor too.
That's true.
Because they left the freezer open.
They were drunk. The Raptors got into the private stash of Newman's booze or something. I don't know. He had a stash of booze.
I need something salty. I got to get something to drink.
Oh,
I
God.
just had some sweet. I need something salty.
Lives are in your hands. And you have Butterfingers.
Hiring Nedry was a mistake. You think? Great judge of character, my
What's he
ass.
spending all his money on?
Nedry.
Yeah, what's he blowing all his money on?
Nedry is blowing
Junk
it
food,
on
prostitutes.
junk food.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
on the island.
Oh yeah, Costa Rican prostitutes. Absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely.
I could buy
He
that.
takes that boat to the mainland every time he
blowing
gets
it
a
on.
chance.
Meals in that cafe he's eating with Dotson in the beginning.
You think he's making at least $1 million a year?
Because he definitely has debt.
Less, 100,000.
Like that's the whole
He's not
reason
making
why
$1 million.
he's
No, because Hammond's cheap. He makes
Exactly.
The, comment
The backstory is that
they spend
Hammond
no
wasn't going to
expense.
pay him what he promised.
Yeah.
right.
And Nedry was going to sue. And I think what happened, and it was written out of the movie, was that Hammond, I don't know if he countersued or he threatened Nedry's company because they hired him to do the security. And so like every other client that he had wasn't going to, you know, like he was doing like bad press about Nedry kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Nedry had like no choice but to work for him for the lower price. And that's why he was so pissed.
So that's cut out of the film.
And that's cut out. But they decided to cut it out because it would have made Hammond look more like a villain.
I mean, he kind of
And
Which in the books he was.
He was.
He's a dick in
and
the
it would have
book.
made
He's a
Nedry more sympathetic,
Right.
which means that his death wouldn't have as much of an impact because they wanted Nedry to look more like the villain.
And in all honesty, John Hammond is still a prick in this movie too.
He
don't
is.
Be,
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by
Well,
the
he spared no
lovable
expense.
leprechaun look of Richard Attenborough hopping on kitchen shelves like the Raptor and. Yeah, like goes into that. I'll get to it.
What's your favorite scene, Mike?
My favorite scene is the T-Rex scene, the first appearance of the T-Rex. It's fucking awesome. It
The
was my
first
favorite.
appearance of the
Yeah,
it's
like
phenomenal scene.
the whole lead up to the whole build up to it, the cup. I was terrified when I saw it in the fucking movie theater, and it still has an effect on me. And I don't care how many times you've seen this movie, you know what's going to happen. You could be riffing on the movie the whole time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
You
you
stop
stop in your
and
tracks,
you
you
watch that
watch it.
fucking
Yeah.
scene from start to finish. It does go on a little long. I'll agree with you on that, Brian Johnson. I agree with you.
How are Howard Johnson is right.
Fucking the build-up. Where's the goat? The wires are breaking. Boy, do I hate being right. This thing looks spectacular.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing. It is a terrifying moment in movie
And
history.
then Lex goes and ruins the scene by being Lex.
With the fucking flashlight.
Yeah.
Just get out of the fucking movie already.
Right. But she can allude to raptors. See it again. These kids would be dead.
They spent a day in fucking Jurassic Park, man. They
she learned a lot from
I promise
Grant.
not to yell, Derek. I'm sorry. I yelled
She
a lot.
learned a lot from
episode.
Grant between the T-Rex and the Raptor.
She was hardly with Grant. She
things.
screamed through half the movie,
Vegisaur.
and the other movie,
Yeah.
the half she's getting.
She had the whole
sneezed on by
Brachiosaur
dinosaurs.
Bukkake scene.
God bless you. That would have to be my favorite scene.
It's a great scene.
It's, I could stop the movie after. It's a great movie. I love it. But if I had to go somewhere, I would not go anywhere until that scene was over, and then I would leave.
I remember it being a big deal. Like, you know what they did is they took a guitar and they put it under the.
Oh, yeah.
And then everybody's like, "Whoa, that's how you did it."
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like,
Yeah.
when you
I
think
remember
about it now,
reading
it's
that.
like, okay,
Like
but it
that
was amazing. When I
That was
like,
the hardest effect to pull off.
Yeah, right.
You know, they could put dinosaurs on screen, but they couldn't get a cup of water to ripple by itself.
It's the hero. He becomes the hero of the franchise.
T-Rex.
The T-Rex. He starts as the villain, and in Lost World, he's a super villain. There's two of them.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he becomes
they
the
stole
hero.
their eggs.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's still a hero to me then. You steal somebody's eggs.
Yeah, you steal someone's eggs.
You're still the hero. You have every right to go after.
No,
this
he
person.
didn't steal the eggs. Someone stole his eggs.
Yeah.
They're not the hero.
It's a revenge.
Yeah.
It's
He
a revenge
is. He's the
story.
Charles Bronson
Yeah.
of
Yeah, it's a
dinosaurs.
revenge
He's
story.
the John Wick
Yeah.
of
He's
dinosaurs.
the hero.
It's a mother out there protecting her young.
Absolute.
Same. That scene is my favorite of all time. Like probably favorite scene in general of all time. Unlike you guys, I don't mind Lex and Tim. I don't think that it goes on too long. I would watch it forever. I would watch the whole movie just that scene
Of Lex and Tim?
No. Of,
You're a liar. You are
no,
a fucking liar.
It's yellow.
Of the T-Rex trying to attack them.
Oh, okay.
But and like Mark said, just the build up.
I could watch Lex eating Jello for 2 hours.
The goat, the conversation like between in the different cars, the night vision goggles.
The goggles do nothing.
It just like
Are they heavy?
then they're expensive. Put
Put 'em
them
back.
What a prick.
Like he totally he is.
Yeah.
But like it serves its purpose.
The only one
so
on my
does
side
she,
is the
and so, like,
blood-sucking
I
lawyer.
love the fact that like Lex is just clueless. Like she's smart and she's older than Tim, but Tim's the one that knows about the dinosaurs, and he's the one telling her shut the light off, because he knows. And and same thing. Like Grant comes out with the flare, and he would have saved the day right there, but then Malcolm thinking like, oh, well, I gotta step up and do that. Like the whole dynamic between the two of them, I've always loved.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
That would have been like the best buddy cop movie ever.
Right.
Which
And,
it kind of is. Up until that point where they get separated, but yeah.
In the scene with them climbing down, and Lex is choking Grant by accident while they're on the swinging on the vines.
My ass.
And I'm back in the car again.
Back in the
And when he's up in the tree and he's like, I got sick, and it's like he's so embarrassed, and I just love it. I just the whole scene from start to finish is just awesome.
That kid should have died like 3 times in that movie. The car,
Right, the
the electrified
Yes.
fence, the raptors.
It's true. He's the data of this
He
movie.
really is. He's been through a lot in this movie. Like there's no. He looks so good in Lost Worlds, and you're like, no, you would have lots more issues. You would be a mess.
Oh, they're all clean and well dressed.
Yeah.
And,
Well-dressed,
and
nice.
living
Well,
in a mansion.
They just let them out of their padded rooms.
No.
That's why.
Well, they all agreed to sign something that it never happened to. What a crock of
Non-disclosure
shit.
agreement.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, like the tour scene is great. The opening scene with the loading team.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There really isn't
Shoot
a bad scene. Like I love every scene in this movie. It's just from start to finish, it's so good.
Right.
Nice.
You gotta
I hate.
Least,
I
Scene
don't.
that
I
you
like
don't
Derek. I don't think there's a bad scene in this movie.
all right.
Yeah. I was trying to think of one.
Right.
Yeah. As you were talking, and I'm like, no, I like that one. I like that one. Nope. Oh, it's all good.
Tell me if you notice a theme from this point out.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna tell you what my least favorite scene is, and it's not because it's necessarily a bad scene, But ever since the first time I watched this movie, every time I see this scene, I get really fucking angry. And it's Muldoon's death. Makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Quote unquote raptor expert.
He should have known better.
That shit
Yeah.
makes me so angry when he dies. The clever girl is a great fucking
It
line.
is, and he's not surprised either.
He's not surprised. What the
you
fuck?
got me.
How do I know more about the raptors than the raptor expert? You know, like
Yeah.
Grant told me exactly what they did. As you're watching the scene, you're like, oh no, the other one's gonna come from the side.
How do I know?
Well, that's the thing.
supposed to know.
He
Yeah.
wasn't really an expert, though. That's the thing.
He absolutely was not an expert.
Right. I mean, like he took care of them and like was because I mean he's just this game hunter.
Yeah,
guy.
but he's kind of presented by him and is like one of the foremost experts.
Sure,
on
and he
raptors
gives all the backstory about the
and
raptors.
propane accessories.
I haven't even finished breakfast, and that boy ain't right.
This is the guy. This is the guy. It makes me so it infuriates me every time.
And then the way they show, like, you can kind of see the head in the jaws, like between the leaves. Like, you can see it from. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah,
it's so great.
And then the close up on the eye with the snake slithering.
And it's just.
But I
she's
agree.
just Lady Raptor's just standing there.
Yeah.
Like nothing. This isn't weird that her eyes just looking right at you.
Yeah, and she's talking to the other
It's not
raptor.
weird to you at all.
It's like, are we good? I said, there's no tile on this floor. We're fine.
It makes me so angry till this day. But so that's it.
I have news for you. There's no one's an expert in this fucking park, though.
No.
If
Right.
you nobody
Seriously.
knows what the fuck.
Alan
they're
Grant
doing.
was.
And that's the point.
Alan
That's the whole
Grant,
point.
yeah,
Alan
but I
Grant was
mean
an expert
working
in dead
the-
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even that, he wasn't really involved in the park.
Yeah,
He's there
we're
to
talking
sign off
about
on it.
all the people hired as quote unquote
Right,
experts
experts.
to deal with any problems.
But that's the
in
point.
park.
The point of the whole movie is that, like, okay, you have all these smart people and they're experts in their field, but no one has ever done this. So
Yeah,
you
'cause
really
nobody
don't
has
know real life
seen a
experience.
live dinosaur before.
The only
Right.
expert that knew exactly what was going to happen,
Harding.
exactly, was Malcolm.
Yeah.
He
'Cause he's
knew
chaos.
that
Yeah.
the worst that could happen will happen.
He was right.
Yep.
Because he turned into a fly once and some people helped him.
Yes, have some.
You got it. You got it.
Have some.
Because one time I turned into a dog and these guys helped me.
You got a scene that you don't like?
I do, and
Is it the kitchen scene?
it's not. No. As a movie, I love the kitchen scene as a it's fun. It's a fun scene to watch. I shit on it, but I don't hate it. I think it's a fun scene, and those raptors are fucking scary for sure.
What does a dinosaur know from linoleum?
If it can open doors, it should know that. Make up your mind. How intelligent is the raptor? I just want some, what's the word?
I need to
Thank you.
see the
Consistency.
SAT
I need
test
to know,
that this
yeah.
dinosaur took.
Because one minute they're like with a pipe, actually, what we plan to do with the pipe. And then the next minute they're the fucking Three Stooges in the kitchen. It's like,
Come on, this way, boys.
but it's still a great scene. I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. I think it's a nice, quiet scene, but it's just at the wrong point. I don't like Sadler and Richard Attenborough eating ice cream. There is so much shit going on, and he's worried about the ice cream melting.
Yeah.
And I know he's worried
Because there's no
about
power in the park.
everybody.
He spared no
but-
expense. He had all that ice
He
cream.
should have learned how easy it was to turn the power back on, and we'll get to that.
I wanted to hear about the fleas.
I don't care about the fleas.
Can't you see the fleas, Bobby?
My fucking grandkids could be dead. And you're bummed about your park. Oh, look at my fleas. I had a flea circus. Oh, Dr. Sadler. We'll get it right the next time. We hired Nedry. That was the problem. No, you're the problem. So that scene is going on
That
at
kind
a
of
time.
establishes how
Right.
actual evil he is.
Right.
It's an important scene.
It is, but it just slows everything down because there's so much action going on
Yeah.
around it. I kind of just want to know what's
But
happening.
it shows you that he doesn't really care about his grandkids.
I don't
he
like
only
it.
cares about his bottom
I don't
line.
like it. You come in with your old man charm and your whiskers and everything, and now you're like, oh, I had fleas, and now I'm going to do dinosaurs, and no one told me it was a bad idea. Fuck them.
Miracle on Isla Nubla, my ass.
That's the scene I go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, it's the flea story. I'm gonna go get a snack. Yeah, it's not an awful scene. It's just one I don't need.
But if you had to use the bathroom,
that's
a
the
good
time to go.
part.
Yeah. Or Tim and Lex.
Because there's some shit gonna go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least with Tim and Lex are on the screen. Maybe
There's
the
dinosaurs.
Brachiosaurus.
That don't make no sense.
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaur scene. That might be a good pee break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing happens there.
You saw him
Stegosaurus
once.
Lex.
I'll get back to that too. Go ahead.
You're gonna miss a good couple of dinosaur jokes there, though.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just listen to our show.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the thing. Is like every scene in this movie has a good quote and like, something that stands out in each scene. I don't have any least favorite one. I suppose if I had to, I never liked the Sattler scene when she's running.
Oh, and you know it's not her? Or just the idea of her running?
There's a scene with her, like part of the chase scene. It's after she's gotten out of the bunker
When she's like hobbling.
and she's hobbling. She's got like the thing attached, like the something attached. to her.
attached to the the flashlight, and
Yeah,
it's
it's the
dragging
flashlight.
behind
So
her.
which is I'm sure like maybe that's what's causing her to run that way, but I'm not sure if that would cause her to run that way, and it was just Laura Dern like, oh, I should have a limp or something.
Oh, I thought she like hurt herself trying to kick the fence back against the raptor.
Yeah.
And that's when
I just hate the way it looks.
Yeah.
I just hate the
That
run.
looks bad.
And
Now,
I
hate
looks-
Lexi's run.
and I hate
she's
the
got
look
her
on her
arms
face.
still outstretched.
Yeah.
Like she's about to hug somebody.
Hold on, she's gonna push the door. She's
But
running.
still.
Yeah, but she's got a running start, and she's got her arms out so
But
she can
you
push
lose.
the door closed.
And then she
but
breaks
running
her
like
wrists
this,
on
you
impact.
lose speed momentum. Wait till you get to the door, run and
Exactly.
then push it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
Use your shoulder,
first.
not
And
your
the
fucking
raptors
hand.
still fell. Yeah, I know.
They're just stupid animals. They have pea brains. They have pea brains.
They can operate a VCR.
Yeah, but
with
enough
no
about the
problem.
kids, Tito.
Next category.
What do we got? What would I change? Who would I change?
Who would I change? I don't think I would change anything. I like pretty much everything in this film. It all works for me.
Yeah, it's a tough category.
It really is, especially a movie of this caliber.
A lot of these, I think, can be tough categories.
Yeah.
I got one, though, and it involves making Muldoon an actual raptor expert.
Oh, well, there you go.
Just fire a shot. Maybe.
Yeah, you had
or
that
a better
cool-ass
game
gun.
He had
hunter.
the shot.
He's pretty close.
He
That's
could have
a
at least
fucking
taken one of
that's
those
a
raptors
shotgun.
down.
It's not a sniper
Yeah, and-
rifle. It's a shotgun. The bullets
exactly.
spray out.
And maybe the shotgun blast would have scared the other ones off.
Right.
Something.
It would have blown that raptor's head off.
It would have.
If he dies, he dies.
At least he's
Ivan
taking one with
Drago.
him.
But come
Yeah,
on, shoot
at
it.
least he's taking one with him.
You know what bums me out because I love those characters in movies. The badass who's like there with the guns and stuff. He doesn't get one fucking shot off.
No.
It just drives me crazy.
I think he was depressed and he wanted to go. As soon
I
as
don't
him,
think
and,
he
as soon
did.
as Sadler, as soon as he and Sadler realized the Raptors escaped, he goes right to the Raptors.
Right.
And he's
He
like,
should have
oh.
shot one because he tries to
Run.
get a shot
He didn't
off.
try
but
to
it's
What's
too
the
late.
shed?
Yeah.
He tries to get the shot off
Yeah,
and then he
hunting.
gets
He's
fucking
like,
eaten.
that Hammond treats me like crap. We eat nothing but Chilean sea bass every day. Fuck this. I'm going out. Take me out, Mama Raptor.
You got something you would change?
Yeah, I would have added one or two more dinosaurs. I think there was too much Brachiosaurus in it. We already got the ooh-ah with the Brachiosaurus in the beginning. We kept seeing them. We saw. I wanted to see more. I love Triceratops.
Same.
Kind of hoping we could have seen a little more
know.
than him just lying there. Maybe a Stegosaurus. Excuse me, her Stegosaurus. Something.
Yeah.
Yep.
This movie was missing a stegosaurus.
It needed,
Oh,
it needed
yeah,
some
yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
dinosaurs. I mean,
Stegosaurus.
they ended
Yeah.
up making up a dinosaur when they could have had more real
What's
ones.
the made up one? Is it
Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus?
Made up. Michael Crichton made it up, or at least made up the spitting venom
Yeah,
thing.
it's a real dinosaur, but it doesn't.
It is
there's
fictitious
no
venom,
like
right?
history of them
Yes.
being. able
Yeah,
to
how are they
swallow
going
it.
to know from bones?
There's
that-
no
that
history
I
of
do
it
that?
not doing it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Or raptors being able to open doors.
Actually, the Velociraptors were known as Deinonychuses, and they were a lot smaller.
They were only a foot and a
They
half
were.
tall.
And the Gallimimuses were actually known as Struthiomimesis beforehand.
Don't velociraptors like now they have like feathers on them.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
like
started
smaller
discovering
with
that
feathers?
like after this
Yeah.
movie was
No,
made.
yeah.
Yeah,
Smaller feathers. Yeah.
and they
Which I'm not a fan of.
Fun
I-
fact
I-
though, right after this movie was made, they did discover a 10-foot velociraptor.
Oh, did they really?
Called and they named it like the Utah Raptor.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Remember
Utah.
that?
Because it was
Oh.
discovered in
Yeah.
Utah.
Not the Toronto
Yeah.
Raptors.
Yep, not the Toronto Raptors.
No, different
basketball
different
team.
kind of-
Not Drake.
They don't slip on floors.
Those guys are like
yeah.
7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
They remember.
Big boy.
So,
You know what? I bet
Oh,
they'll
sorry.
never slip on a floor again after that moment.
Yeah.
What? No, they do. In
They'll
the second
remember,
movie,
not
Tell you
to-
what, the Toronto Raptors don't slip on a
They
floor.
don't.
They play on a
Raptors,
slippery
no.
floor.
Well, but the
right.
Raptors do not remember. In fact, they're even more bamboozled by a girl in the second movie.
Those are newer ones, though. I'm talking about
Doesn't
if
matter.
that
that girl
hadn't
was a
died.
gymnast, though.
Doesn't she quit the team? Fuck that. At that moment, I remember very quickly seeing The Lost World in the theater, and when she noticed the pipelining it, when the raptors are coming, and she's got that look, the whole theater went, and she's doing the
flippy
gymnastics.
flips? Yeah.
And she actually says, hey, to a raptor, and a raptor looks and goes, yes? Oh, got kicked in the face.
What?
They get dumber
Is
as
there
they go
something you would
along.
change?
There's not a lot I would change. I like all the actors. I like everything about this movie, really. The only thing I kind of always got to me is the very end when they're flying away, and they look out the window and there's pteranodons, and they like
they're pelicans.
They're birds. Like we're watching the same. Yeah.
Continue what you're saying, though.
I don't
Go
remember
ahead.
pterodon.
double check because I thought maybe it's one of the other movies that has
I
that.
always thought they were pelicans.
Well, I know the
thought
third
they
movie
were-
definitely has a pteranodon.
Yeah.
In it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be
but it
right.
has
'cause I
the
don't think there was.
aviary, like they.
Yeah.
No,
But
Dr.
they
Grant
kept
looks
them.
out the window, and I thought the whole.
You're
thing
right.
was
He sees the
induced
pelicans
by
and he-
the birds.
and-
His dinosaurs
yeah.
are birds. So
Yeah.
they lived on after
Oh, that's
all.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're right then. Well, I didn't like that scene then because it's too close to pteranodons, and that's what I thought they were.
Which
and
would
They
show up
board
in
a
the third one.
helicopter and literally fly into the sunset. Grant watches some birds flying near the helicopter. Remember how he compared dinosaurs to birds.
Pelican fly, come on, pelican.
Well, then yeah, I guess
They're
I wouldn't-
pelicans, so seeing the pelicans at the end. Of
I
the
wouldn't
first
So you
change
wouldn't
it.
change anything.
I guess not.
This is your favorite movie, man.
Oh man, I wish I thought they were
Yeah,
dinosaurs now.
I think I thought for a long time that they were pteranodons.
And then Grant
because I was
looked in the
thinking like,
camera and
why
went,
would they like they
"Uh-oh."
didn't you didn't see those throughout the whole movie?
Yeah.
and they're just flying around.
Yeah.
like that's kind of stupid.
No.
You know,
And why can't they fly off the island?
that's,
And
well, that's
visit
another
You had
way.
them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You had the you
And
had
that's
the
why
DNA.
I think in the third, like they have the aviary.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh God, that's it.
Oh,
like
okay,
they,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
where
To
they
cage
keep
them in.
right, so that they don't fly
Comes
off.
waddling out of the mist.
And
in the
you know, and
third
I never
movie.
liked the logic behind the lie scene.
The what?
They say like, what if the animals got out?
Oh, they blow up the island, or they nuke the site from orbit.
They say that, no. There's a chemical that they're
That's
like
what it is,
bred
yeah.
with that they require
Oh,
lysine.
yeah,
And if
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't get it from the people in the park, then they die.
Yeah.
Oh, that's in the first one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
right.
don't fucking remember that.
yeah.
Is that BD
Samuel
Wine?
L.
Yeah.
Samuel L.
BD
Jackson.
Yeah.
was talking about it.
No, Samuel
Oh,
L.
is it
Jackson
Samuel
talks
Jackson?
about it because
Oh, that's right.
Muldoon suggests it. He says we could use the Lysol theory, whatever the fuck it is.
Lysine.
And Hammond being the dick is like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, what's the Lysol theory? And Samuel L. Jackson says, listen, motherfucker, here's what it is. It's a chemical. We kill all the dinosaurs. I go star in Pulp Fiction and win an Oscar at the end.
You got to have an opinion, Marvin.
Marvin, what's your opinion on
I
the
think I
rest?
just shot Marvin in the face.
Why the hell am I on brain detail?
Things that might not work today, Brian.
Dinosaurs. Yeah. Dinosaurs definitely would not work today. Other than that, everything's fine except for endangering children, I guess.
No, I still do it.
No, it was a fun
but
ride.
it does
It
happen.
was part of the ride.
Yeah.
And
We
they were the
just saw a
target
movie
audience.
with a bunch of babies
so-
falling out of a building
We
in
did.
the last show. That's
Yeah.
still a thing.
Yeah.
They are the target audience. I would have.
Yeah. How come the CGI looked better 30 years ago than it did in that baby scene?
I would have loved
Wow.
Coupon Day.
Coupon.
We could charge like.
Oh yeah,
like,
$5,000,
fuck
$10,
you.
and people and
Yeah.
people will pay it.
Do you notice how
Fucking poor
Hammond?
people.
You ever notice how Hammond laughs at that after? Like he's not like, "Oh, stop! It's for
Yeah,
everybody." After
he's
that,
like,
he's
"Yeah,
like,
you're right."
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
oh,
good
great.
fun.
No, but he
Coupon
does
Day.
say that like
At first, he says,
for
"I didn't cater it for the rich. I want everyone to experience it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll have a coupon day." Ha ha ha! And Hammond's laughing right along with him, like, I hate my kids.
Something that doesn't work for me today is not having an employee entrance. So they have to go through the giant gates every fucking day. Every day they open and close the gates so people can get to work. Right? That shit doesn't make any sense to me.
you would think the boat to the mainland would be located
It's just
closer
right there.
to where they
Yeah.
work.
I did it the other day. I got it down to 18 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes you that long to get out of work? After work?
What do they got in there? King Kong?
Two guys pushing on the big door. Morning, Ralph. Morning,
Yeah, right.
Sam.
Every day. All right, open the
Another
doors and let
door,
everybody
yeah.
out.
Another big fucking door.
Make sure the dinosaurs don't get out.
That is true.
Close it quick before the dinosaurs get out. And then not having the breakers in the same building as the computers. I just don't fucking. It doesn't make.
Fine.
All that shit should be right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll segue into you.
All right, that's
Tell
mine.
us your thoughts.
Very nitpicky,
having the
though.
fuse.
Oh, very.
No.
Tito has all the
100%.
solutions to make this park actually viable.
Yeah.
Having the fuse.
We should have hired Tito, especially.
I would love to be able to go to work one time and walk through a giant gate, but not every time. It doesn't take me 18. I don't have to
It would
try
lose
18
its luster really quick.
It takes me about, I don't know, a minute and 27 seconds to get from my car to the front door of work every day.
Mm-hmm.
Not when I'm really trying hard, 18 minutes.
What if you're running
in
late?
a Jeep? In a Jeep.
What happens?
Well, no, and that's the thing is he's cutting through.
Yeah.
He's the
cutting
one that
through.
shut off the fences so that he could get there quicker, which means that really like
It takes even longer to get out of work.
Like if someone who's working in the control room and they got to go to the boat, they have to take whatever road actually goes there.
The boat leaves at 7. I got to leave work at 6
So do they
to get there on time.
So do they take a boat on and off that island every day? Like set up a resort
That's what I
for
always
these
kind of wondered
guys.
too.
Yeah, I
and
don't
on
know,
top of
yeah.
it, like so having that whole boat thing in the movie is so that you have no one else on the island other than these guys.
I never thought about
But
that.
that doesn't make sense that there would be no one else around other than Muldoon, BD Wong. Actually, BD Wong.
BD Wong
he was going to the he was going to the
Was
boat
it
too.
Nedry, BD, Samuel Jackson, Nedry, and fucking Muldoon.
Right.
Who just masturbates over the fucking raptor cage.
I'm an
all the time.
I know all about you.
Fucking, he should have been reading books about raptors.
Yeah. Anything. Raptors for Dummies or something.
What the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
I'm with you. I call it the fuse box because I didn't know what the fuck to call it. Having the fuse box a mile away from the rest of the control headquarters of Jurassic Park.
Really wonderful idea.
Who thought that was a good idea? That is fucking stupid.
Is that sparing no expense?
That is
that
dumb.
sparing no expense?
Everything else that controls the park is in that cool little Starship Enterprise area.
As promised, she's all yours, sir. All systems automated and ready. A chimpanzee and 2 trainees, Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. I'll try not to take that personally.
Yeah.
But the fuse box is in a shed on the other side of the park.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
It's it's for sure. It's nitpicking.
Oh, I'm not
but
nitpicking that.
It's fun.
I saw that. I said, why?
It creates
why
great
is
tension.
It so far? It does.
It creates great tension, but it is nitpicky.
does.
But it is one of those.
They were all plot points.
But didn't they ever think, what if the Raptors escape?
They get in the building anyway, so what does it matter where the fucking fuse box is?
Right.
It should be in the, it should still be in the building though. Let Sam live is all I'm saying. Let Sam
Agreed.
live. Give him
Johnson. And the other one is the IT crowd approach to fixing Nedry's hack on the park system.
Hello, IT? Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Because that's basically all it takes to save the park. Turning it off and so you can reboot the entire park the same way you can reboot your fucking
good.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
That's it.
It works.
As an IT person, I can attest that 90% of the time, that works 100% of the time.
Brian, have you ever had to pump the primer?
Phrasing.
Yeah, pump the front. 1, 2, 3.
On his lunch break, he does that.
Never at work, Derek. Never at work.
It's large, flat, and gray.
They just described me.
I should really be doing the pumping because you're and I'm and I have and you have.
We can discuss sexism in the workplace later.
And Malcolm's like, no, talk about it now. Look at me, I'm splaying. Look at my magnificent chest with my shirt.
What a great shot.
That is a great shot.
That is
What a fucking great
splaying
shot.
gold.
The open shirt, mermaid pose. Like
I love whoever did the Photoshop of Dr. Grant leaning on Malcolm when he was actually leaning on the Triceratops. Like listening to it breathe, but then they photoshopped. Have you ever seen that?
I love it.
Tito? No, I gotta look for it now, Tito.
It's hilarious.
Derek, what doesn't work today for you?
I mean, the logistics of the actual park, all these things are very valid and they don't work, but that's the point. Like,
they have to be dumb.
If they did it differently, then they wouldn't have half the problems they have.
Right.
For sure.
You wouldn't have a movie.
Right.
Of course. And I get that. I still think you could have gotten the movie with the fuse box next to the
You can still have the fuse box. I think that it bums me out that Samuel L. Jackson doesn't have a cigarette in his hand when she finds the
That's a missed opportunity.
Because then it's even more
Well,
like,
because it was hanging out of his mouth.
cigarette.
It was hanging out of his mouth.
Oh, when he died.
Yeah, the dinosaur ate the cigarette.
So clearly he didn't follow his advice. He didn't hold on to his butt.
That's one big.
So there's nothing that that everything's working.
I
for
think
you
everything
today?
works. Yeah. I mean,
translates.
maybe the idea that they soften up Hammond in this movie. They try to make him like you try to make him
little
feel
more
bad.
empathetic.
Yeah, empathetic. And I don't think in today's world, he's a rich guy that's out trying to make money. Regardless of what his reasoning is to do what he's doing, I think he would be pretty much a clean cut bad guy in today's world.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing that I thought of after about what I would change.
More women?
No, I would have added more about InGen because a lot of that stuff was in the book. It's a main storyline in the book is this other company and them trying to obtain the DNA. Like
is this the company that's hiring Nedry to get
right?
that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's a
that Dodgson was working.
It's
for.
really like
got Dodson here.
It's a race for the technology because they want to use it for other purposes.
Yeah,
and
they were trying to work on it too, but Hammond's people got to it first.
And Jurassic World, that series kind of deals a little bit more with that type of like the mindset and what they were using. You wanted to use it for, but
the industrial espionage kind of part of it.
Spielberg kind of takes all the espionage stuff. He took the mob stuff out of Jaws.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
He doesn't like side stories.
Right.
He just wants the whimsical stuff.
He's a very economical director. He's got to get to
it's like here's the shark, here are the dinosaurs. Never mind
this is
the
the
mob.
true meat of it.
Never mind InGen, and there was the mob in Jurassic Park too. No, there wasn't a mob.
You know what? That reminds me because I always think about this every time I see this scene. Do you think somebody actually ate a slice of that apple pie with the fucking shaving cream on it?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
They probably were like,
yeah.
I always
Well,
feel
they
that.
at least took a bite.
either that or it was someone that was like, oh, this is weird. This must be a Costa Rican thing.
Just finish the whole. Yeah, I'll just finish the whole thing.
Right.
What? No menthol?
No, man. Yeah.
Somebody whose taste buds were shot. And
Oh, you guys! Fucking Nedry's nerding out. I love that over the freaking shaving cream can and the way it pops open. And
When
each
he
one has
squeals and the can opens,
Oh,
it
yeah.
sounds like a
Raptor.
raptor.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I swear they added a bunch of cartoon noises to him when he falls from the truck and slides down the little hill. They have a cartoon like zippy whistle noise.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a slide whistle noise. They tried to make him as cartoony as possible, giving him that squeal and the slide whistle fall.
I can't unsee it now that somebody's pointed out that Nedry wears the Goonies outfit
Yes.
throughout the movie too.
all the 4 kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Award for what are you doing in this movie? You got one, Brian?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a tough one.
It's 30 years old.
It's
so.
a 30-year-old. It is. It's a 30-year-old movie, and I forgot about that category when I was watching it the other night too. Probably if I was watching it with my 30-year younger eyes, it would probably be Newman because he was just fresh off of Seinfeld.
Newman.
Mine is very literal. Like what are you doing in this movie? And it belongs to Bob Peck, Muldoon. What are you doing in this movie, Muldoon? What are you doing? You shoot the gun. Learn more about raptors. I'm taking it as literally as I can to say, like, what the fuck, Muldoon?
Yeah. See, it's not that the Raptors were super intelligent. It's that the people in the movie were really stupid.
We're not very smart,
That's
I suppose. But that's mine.
They were smart by default. Mine's Newman, same as Brian. I remember seeing it and being like, hey, it's Newman.
Yeah, it's the
and
guy
he's
from
going to cause
Seinfeld.
problems in this movie.
Yep.
Yeah, right. But he's
Derek?
going to save the day in
I'm
Space
trying to
Jam.
find the guy's name. Miguel Sandoval. Sandoval.
The Sandoval.
Restagno.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy who's
The
like, I
beginning.
bet you $4,000 he slips and he
Yeah.
fucking slips. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because I have seen him in other stuff.
Yeah.
He's in a Seinfeld episode. He runs
Right.
the cockfight.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
anybody-
Jerry.
He was
Marcelino.
also in one of the Jack
Marcelino.
Ryan movies.
He reminds me
Was
of
it Clear and Present Danger? He played the drug dealer, the cartel leader.
I think you're right.
I think he had the baseball bat. Remember?
Yep.
I think
He reminds me of
Angley.
It's okay, baby. They all look alike to me, too.
I thought it was Alfred Molina.
Yeah, I always thought that too.
I think I brought that up not that long ago. I thought it was Alfred Molina all those years ago.
Only the idol.
He reminds me of he's like a Hispanic John Lovitz.
Yeah, that's a ticket.
That's what he looks like.
I can
He's
see
like
that.
shaped like
I
that.
can kind of see that.
I don't know.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Check me out, Jack.
He's got sexier eyes. He's got those sexy Spanish eyes.
I'm married to Morgan Fairchild. Yeah, that's the ticket.
It stinks.
And I'm reaping all the benefits.
What's the next one, sir?
Oh, MVP, right?
MVP.
No, best quotes, favorite quotes.
Oh God, there's so many.
Yeah, there are so many. And I don't have this movie memorized like I do if it was a Star Wars movie, despite how many times I've seen this. But here it is. John Hammond, all major theme parks have delays. When they opened Disneyland in 1956, nothing worked. And Dr. Malcolm says, yeah, but John, if the Pirates of the Caribbean break down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
Great quote.
Nice.
I love that quote.
I think Malcolm's probably got all the best lines in this movie.
He does. Agreed.
I got two Malcolms.
Faster, faster, must go faster.
And they're so very I don't know, like relevant or topical.
Okay.
Yeah. But your scientists were so preoccupied
That's
with whether
another
or
good one.
not they could, that they didn't stop to think if they should.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is, and this was the first time I ever noticed it because I was looking for quotes. What's so great about Discovery? It's a violent, penetrative act that scars what it explores. What you call Discovery, I call the rape of the natural world. It's fucking a monster line.
Yeah.
That's a
mic drop.
Yeah, boom.
100%. 100%.
And let's not forget his, you know, that stupid laugh that he does in the helicopter.
Livy and Emily were watching that with us, and at that part, Livy goes, "Why is he barking like a dog?"
Because he's eccentric.
You see, honey.
Now you see that's chaos.
That's chaos.
Nobody could have predicted that he would laugh that way.
I don't think Livy liked the kids either. Now that I think about it, you know,
What's to like?
Liv was yelling at the kids too. It's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna die. What are you doing?
This is Livy saying
Livy,
that?
yeah. Oh god.
The only time, even as a kid, I don't know, as a kid, unless it was a movie all about kids, then I couldn't root for any kid in a movie.
Yeah.
It
Like,
had
I
to
can't.
be all or
It
nothing.
had to be all or
Okay.
nothing. Like two kids in a movie, I'm like, oh, you guys are just gonna slow everything.
Yeah.
down. If they were all kids, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, like the Goonies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But for some reason,
That's why I like that movie Mimic, because they had the two kids, and you thought they were going to be the nuisance two kids in the whole movie, and the thing fucking kills them first.
yeah.
I was like, oh, Guillermo, nice job. Gizmo.
Yeah, that movie, I was like, oh,
Gizmo.
fuck. He went there. Yeah, he went there.
Good for you, Del Toro.
Master? Quotes?
I got a couple. Here we go. Will have landed by the time you've got it right.
Oh,
That's one I use. For
I use that
everything.
line constantly. As a matter of fact, I used it today to my buddy Paul at work.
I have.
He couldn't get the screwdriver to work. And I'm like, look, we'd have landed by the time you've gotten it right.
I say that when I'm waiting for the rest of my family to be ready for us to go visit my parents or something.
All the time I use that line.
Landed by. I have baby smell.
Oh yeah.
Baby
I like the way Sam Neill says that. Some kids smell baby smell. They do. I like that is one big pile of shit, and boy, do I hate being right all the time, which is something I know all too well, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because despite what everybody thinks, I am right all the time.
You ain't never been right about nothing.
You just keep living that lie.
They're slippery. The surface is
Slippery like the floor. Yeah. You're all falling for that floor shit, not me.
I would have fallen on that slippery floor for
No,
sure.
you wouldn't have. Nobody would have.
I would have.
Rubber on your shoes.
They
unless
had
you-
very good boots.
The Raptors?
The
They had
kids.
no boots.
The kids
The
did.
kids did. The Raptors had slippery feet.
Yeah.
They
They're
had
fucking curled
didn't
up,
have
dude.
Yeah.
Come on,
They had
man.
sneakers. Did they have boots? Were they
No, they were wearing
what were they
hiking boots.
wearing?
Everybody's wearing hiking boots.
Were
Except
they
for
wearing
Malcolm
hiking
because he's a
boots?
fucking
It's
handsome
the jungle.
Oh, all right.
Everyone
So
but
then-
Malcolm.
You're in
the jungle, baby.
Even
Even the lawyers wearing Timberlands with fucking shorts.
I'll tell you
Suit up
something
top
about
and
that
party on the
lawyer.
bottom.
That lawyer had the hairiest legs I have ever seen on a man in my life. When you watch the 4K version of this movie, that man is a Sasquatch. When they're sitting in the helicopter, he's like on the left in the front closest to you. That man's leg is like a werewolf's back, dude.
Guaranteed.
Did they carpet one of the walls of this helicopter? Oh no, my God!
He is fucking hairy.
Guaranteed, if Gennaro took his shirt off in this movie, he would look like he's still wearing a sweater.
Totally.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if the T-Rex was like,
You see him trying to, with his tiny little arms, trying to pick hairs out of his teeth later on.
I can't do it. Perfect killing machine, my ass. And the Raptors are like, hey, look at those tiny arms. Nice. Oh, shit, a slippery floor. Ah! That's the last time
everywhere.
I'm hammering that to the ground. So that's it.
Hammonding it?
Baby.
Hammonding.
I'm hammonding. Baby smell. Next.
You got a favorite?
Yeah, I mean, all of them really. Like all the ones you guys.
Oh,
said.
you're gonna recite the entire movie?
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Loading team.
Wait.
Step away.
Oh, you gotta go. Gotta do the chorus. You gotta go. Boom. Yeah. Okay. Shoot her! You're right. He doesn't even shoot the raptor in that scene.
No, because he's holding on to the other guy.
There's a million
He's
people
just pulling the
electrocuting
dude.
it.
Yeah.
No one knows how to help anybody in this movie. I'll tell you one scene
Especially
that fucking
Muldoon.
bugged me. When the raptor, is trying to open the door,
Yeah.
and the gun is out of Ellie's reach. She and Grant are trying to keep the door open.
Oh, that's right, and
Lexi's at the computer. She knows this.
Yeah.
Tim is behind her, just jumping like,
Oh,
hurry
with
up.
his hands over
Hurry
his
up
head.
with his
Yeah.
head. And
Yeah.
both Sarah and I are screaming, pick up the fucking gun and give it to Grant.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
He's just a little kid.
You useless motherfucker.
He's just a little kid.
Well, how little is
Shout
it?
out to Ellie, man. She's the fucking best.
Well,
I love her.
She's all right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, I have never loved Laura Dern more than I do in this movie.
Love Laura Dern.
I fucking love her in this movie.
I'll have to see the dinos droppings.
Dino droppings?
She's tenacious. You have no idea.
And
She
you're like,
likes anal.
oh, she's athletic. Oh boy.
Whoa, where did that come from? Sorry.
Oh my.
You will remember to wash your hands before you leave.
Just walking and thinking. She's got that other great line, and then dinosaurs kill man.
eat
and
man.
women,
And
Oh, yeah.
women inherit the
Inherit
earth.
the earth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That one.
And they both look at her like, man, I want to fuck you so bad. Right? That's how they're looking at her like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, get over here.
Well, Grant gives her a look like he's proud. Like, yeah, that's my girl.
That's my girl.
And Malcolm's like, oh,
Ooh,
geez,
wife number 10.
She's feisty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always on the
he's
look
looking
for the next ex Mrs. Malcolm.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Have you ever been married? Oh, yeah, several times.
Several times. I got a black kid at home. I got an Asian kid. I've been all over the globe.
He's got a lot of kids.
He does.
He's like Johnny Cash. He's been everywhere.
He's like Nick Cannon is what he is.
It's true. He's so weird though. He's so cool, but like you can tell, like he really when he gets out of the car. See, I always thought when he got out of the car with the flare was like because he was thinking about his kids and he was like, nah, I can't let these kids fucking die. I gotta help too.
Yeah,
I gotta do more.
I like kids a lot.
I
think he truly loves children and loves his kids.
You
so
think he's
like,
more selfish?
I think it's more selfish. The
He's
whole reason.
misunderstood.
I think he's just trying to be. He wants to play
Yeah,
hero.
that's good.
But yeah.
So I guess I could see like a woman warming up to him with the look and his little chaos hand trick and whatnot. But like
tiny imperfections.
what happens when you get into bed with him? Like, what's the persona? Is it
Dude,
him
he gets
like
you
the
pregnant.
fly? Like, what is he like? He's like, all right, now what I'm gonna do is take the shirt off, and I would like you to just rub one nipple gently and bite the other one down.
Oh my.
Just slightly. I feel like he would not score with any woman.
No, he's scoring.
Once
all
they're-
the
No,
way.
Ian Malcolm would. Jeff Goldblum, not so much.
Yeah,
Well,
Jeff Goldblum is the one that's kind of more eccentric.
Goldblum and Laura Dern actually
They are
were
together,
together.
right?
They were
during this, right?
right after this.
Oh,
they
no
were
kidding.
actually engaged for 2 months, 2 years after
not
this
know
movie.
I tell you.
They waited
said
until they
that-
were engaged to have
They
sex.
were saying
That's
that,
why they
that Jeff
did
Goldblum
the
had a
last-
habit of dating his co-stars.
slut.
Gina
Oh,
Davis.
back
Gina
then,
Davis,
yeah.
Yeah,
She was a catch.
she was. And the fly, absolutely. And then Sam Neill went and killed a guy, I think.
No.
No, not true.
With a trident. Way to keep your head on a swivel.
He tried to kill me with a pitchfork.
MVP.
Oh, Brian. Yes.
Oh, yeah, me first. I'm looking at you like MVP. I'm going with the T-Rex.
Good pick.
Yep, turned out to be the hero at the end.
Great end scene with the fucking when dinosaurs ruled the earth.
Yep,
Like,
the banner
he saves the
falling
day.
on their backs. As
It was years before I was like, oh, he fucking saved the day. Fucking
That dude
hero.
had no trouble walking on a floor. Went right into the
his
room.
feet are
and-
bigger than the
They were
room.
taking up a
I
lot
don't,
more.
I don't want to hear any more
Yeah,
There,
excuses.
there was no melted ice cream all over that floor.
There were bones and shit all over the place.
He had trouble eating though.
There
He was like
debris
slamming shit on the
He
ground with his
was.
head.
He
It was
just
like,
snapped the arms.
so,
Thanks a lot, evolution.
you know what? That dinosaur is so popular. I'm just waiting for the day when you're like, yeah, we got it wrong. He had regular arms.
Oh,
That-
imagine.
No, fuck you. Like,
Fuck
come
you.
on. Nothing on this earth. It's either arms that are fucking arms, or it had wings.
You think
it didn't have fucking tiny arms?
So do you think the very first paleontologist just found arms from another dinosaur?
Yeah, like the Brontosaurus. Like Brontosaurus isn't a real dinosaur.
But they
were like,
found
we
more
got the
than
wrong
one
head.
skeleton.
Yeah.
And each one had those, coincidentally, had a little tiny skeleton buried next to it that they thought were his arms.
That's true. Yes, I do.
It's because they used to be dino riders, and they died with their riders.
Yeah.
What is the fucking purpose of that, Darwin? I need Darwin on the show.
Darwin.
If you're listening, Darwin.
Friend of the show, Darwin.
Charles
Charles Darwin.
Drop us a line. I need to know why T-Rex's arms are so small.
I love Charles Dunning. Darwin.
Charles During, friend of the show.
But
why were the T-Rex's
fucking
arms
awesome
so
dinosaur.
Yeah.
I got Ian Malcolm. Ian Malcolm's my fucking guy. He's got all the best lines. If he's not in the movie, this movie is really, really good. With him in the movie, this movie
really
is
funny.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome. It's so fun. So fun. Because even the down scenes, he's just like really entertaining.
Nope.
He's just splaying.
He's mansplaying.
Yeah. There's only one woman on that only one woman in that movie.
Yeah.
I just realized that now.
Mm-hmm. Well, besides legs.
Lex.
Yeah.
That's a girl. It's different. I'm talking about a lady.
like an actual
Like
woman.
another
I mean,
lady,
scientists in the background, but once they're all gone, it's
That's right. They did show
just Laura Dern.
Yeah, it's just Laura Dern.
Doing her best.
All the dinosaurs were female.
That's true.
Yeah.
Male into female.
Lifted up their skirts. And
BD Wong's getting annoyed. Get away from me, Brundle fly.
Yeah, he's looking at him. He's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, this guy doesn't know anything.
Who are you with the glasses and your tall, manly physique?
I asked for a scientist. You brought a rock star.
Thank you, Bane.
we were saving it.
I'm bored of it.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee. I just wanted to make a fleece, I guess. Look at the fleece.
It's right up your alley.
Right up your alley, Gordon.
Oh, Bobby, the fleas. The fleas, Bobby, the fleas. Fleas on parade.
And then even when they get the gun and they're shooting at the dinosaurs over the phone, John Hammond is like, "No,
Yeah.
guns!"
He's doing his best
guns.
Tom Atkins impression.
No! Stop it!
I think he's worried that they might kill a dinosaur, and that's I thought he was worried about his grandkids.
I always thought he was worried about the grandkids too.
I thought he was worried
But I
about
like
the
that
dinosaurs.
perspective.
They're
So did
using
I.
guns. They're in
Really?
trouble.
I
my
always-
my grandkids are gonna die.
I always got he was mad because they were shooting at the dinosaurs.
Me too.
It never dawned on me that he'd be worried about his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably right, both of you.
All
But
those shots went through the glass, which didn't make any sense to me. If they got through the door, then they'd be just right fucking there.
pick up the gun, Tim. I can't.
Yeah, he's just like having a fucking meltdown.
This is helping Lex
Yeah.
with her computer work. I'm mind melding with her.
I miss that when like computers were so visual, like in hackers.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm gonna move the mouse to this square that
Yeah.
says security and click on it.
Like, look at all these files.
Oh.
I know this.
I have to
It's
go
a-
down this little hallway.
It's a Unix system, and that's nothing what a
File
Unix
over
system
here.
looks like.
I know this.
I like how Newman there, Nedry's workstation is exactly like Johnny Lee. The Plague's workstation in Hackers
just a
with all
bottle
the
of
Jolt and the sour candy or Twizzlers.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Actually,
the Plague's
it should be the other way around.
What?
Because Jurassic Park came first.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But
Yeah,
that's what it
So it was like an
reminds me.
homage.
Oh, look at that! They really are Jolt drinkers. It's the drink of the elite hacker. Razor and Blade were not wrong.
Razor and
Did you
Blade.
see your MVP?
My MVP is the T-Rex.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
Yeah. For all the reasons I said earlier about why he's cool. And he does save the day.
He does.
And I don't care about his tiny arms, man. You don't need him. He's got that giant head, big mouth,
Big tail.
big tail,
You know what they say?
big tail,
Big mouth.
big tail.
Little arms.
Little arms.
Thanks
Derek?
for nothing, God.
Malcolm, definitely. And I would say the Velociraptors are more the MVP than T-Rex.
I'd say that in the second
Because
movie.
T-Rex, everybody knew T-Rex. Like that was the dinosaur that you ask any kid, name a dinosaur, they're gonna say the T-Rex.
Yeah.
But after this movie, nobody ever wanted to talk about T-Rexes. It was all
the
Velociraptors.
Raptors. That's
Raptors
true.
were on the
That
map.
is
They
true.
were like the scariest creatures in
Yeah.
the world. They put them in every other movie.
They got a fucking basketball team.
right, right, exactly, exactly.
All right. Does it make the rotation?
Yeah, I think we've established that.
I gotta ask the question.
Yeah.
So how does it stack up? I got Spielberg films.
Number one.
Definitely at the top.
For me,
behind Jaws.
Yeah.
For me.
Oh,
yeah.
Behind Jaws for me.
Yeah. And E.T.
Oh, see,
and Goonies.
Better than.
Well, would that be a Donner movie?
Yeah, he didn't direct Goonies. Like, are we talking like directing or producing?
Or, I mean, I guess however you want to take
movies
it.
that have like the Spielberg feel.
All right, Indy is better than Jurassic. I would have to say, I think I would watch Raiders of the Lost Ark. I like that one better.
Maybe Raiders, but I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me.
This is the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
The summer blockbuster. This one kind of with T2 kind of helped create the summer blockbuster.
45 years of summer blockbusters can all be traced back to a dreamer and his malfunctioning mechanical shark friend.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I guess I would throw that up there.
And now we really don't have those anymore.
No, they're all superhero.
Every
films.
movie is
all-
huge all year round.
Right.
There's just big movies.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing new in the realm of big budgeted films. It's another Fast and Furious. It's a superhero movie. It's a Mission Impossible film. That's fine.
Yeah.
Franchise films are fine, but I can't remember the last time a giant mega film has come out where I've been like, oh boy,
An event film.
An event film. Yeah, exactly.
Be a part of cinematic history.
Avengers!
Assemble. Avengers Endgame, now playing.
If you made a sequel, how would it go? If
Brian?
you made your own sequel.
Yeah, I don't know because it's been 5 sequels to this movie already.
Are we pretending that they don't exist?
Yeah, if you like.
Yeah.
Stop, take it easy.
Sorry. Oh, geez,
Jesus.
Stop touching everything.
I'm sorry. I was trying to fix it and just made it worse. I'm sorry.
You have to hit it harder. That's how you make it.
What was it?
The sequel.
You know,
I don't have a sequel, honestly. I think this movie should have stood alone without any other sequels to begin with. And I think adding
like lesson learned.
Because adding to it like lessens this movie. It lessens the impact this movie had because every sequel has been just a rehash of the original.
Lost World was a book also too.
It was.
Right?
But it was very, very different because in the first book, Hammond dies, Malcolm dies. Like
does Muldoon live in the book?
No, but the lawyer does.
The lawyer
does. The lawyer is actually the hero almost.
Yeah, he's not the jackass.
Yeah.
And Hammond is killed by the little dinosaurs that killed Peter, what's his face, Stormare in the Lost World.
The little compies.
The compies. Compustats.
Cute guys.
Gets eaten alive.
Yeah. So as far as the sequel goes, I wouldn't do a sequel. Honestly, I'm gonna skip that one.
It was really hard for me to think of something.
Yeah.
I did dinosaurs doing crazy shit. Was my sequel. I don't know. Yeah. I almost feel the same way. Like you didn't need to. They did obviously because it's a fucking moneymaker. But
right.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do anything even remotely better than what I saw in that film. So,
I want to see I've been wanting to see the dinosaurs come into just the modern world because in the book the raptors make it on a boat, and there's speculation that they're out there in the world. So I would continue that story, and then maybe even
were they like laying low in Miami?
They were laying low. They were on the boat in the basement,
just chilling on the beach.
They're running a liquor store, and
that's what I would do.
Betting on High
They opened a bar like Bad Santa there.
Oh yeah, it's like
bar
yeah. Hey asshole! I told you to stay away from my bar.
Holy shit, a raptor!
You got to have a sequel over there, buddy.
But did you do yours?
I did. That was I had
Just
more,
that?
but he got me laughing.
Right.
So I
I'm sorry.
no, it's just basically taking the best parts of the Lost World, which were the poachers coming to get the dinosaurs off the island, but going by hey, we have dinosaurs in the real world. Let's go get some more. Stupid people doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the dinosaurs blend into my world,
like get jobs.
Yeah,
well, they kind of.
Well, no, I mean, just, like they roaming around in neighborhoods,
coming home to their wife, hanging up their hat.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what Mac and Me was for. That's not what this movie is
Basically,
for.
I want the Flintstones, I guess. Yeah.
They become sworn-in citizens at the end of the movie.
Hands on the book.
Alan.
And they drive away into a bubble gum balloon, right off into the sunset.
Well, now.
That's my sequel.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
No, you know what? The more I think about it, I feel like Brian. I kind of wish they didn't make any of the sequels. It would have been a good standalone, lesson learned. Don't fuck with nature, and it would have been great. Yeah, it should have been a standalone film.
Agreed.
It really was, especially being so perfect.
Yeah,
and it's really tied up. It's they don't really leave a lot open in the end. It's
not really, no.
Well,
the island's there.
They leave the shaving cream at the end, which they brought.
But
back.
it gets poured by mud, and it's in a place where you really wouldn't discover it.
You mean the shaving cream can? Oh yeah.
The Dilophosaurus discovered.
They should have just nuked the whole island.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the only way to be sure.
Right.
That's right.
Ridley
Thank
said
you,
it in
Ripley.
Aliens.
Right.
It's the only way to be sure. And Hammond said, "No, my dinosaurs killed my grandchildren instead."
But then in the second movie, we realized there was another island that had dinosaurs on it too.
Right.
I didn't tell you about that one.
B.
Oh, so stupid.
I saved that for when I was on my deathbed. Oh, it's just now.
It's
another island.
Yep.
Oh God, fuck that movie. Okay.
Post-credit scene?
No, not really.
I have this kind of ties into the sequel that we're going to make where they assimilate into society. The Raptors all take turns putting on Muldoon's hat. Because he fucking sucks at his job.
Look at me, I'm a Who-Man.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
Not so clever now. That's my end credits.
I didn't have one until now. I'm going to go back to my beating the dead horse thing. I'm going to have a bunch of raptors learning to walk on a floor. Come on, Ted, you can do it. I can. Easy, just like we practiced. They got cardboard cutouts of Lex and Tim. This is where you want to go. You got to cross this floor. Come on, you can do it. That's mine.
Okay. All right. If you're going that route, then I'm going back to mine. Where the T-Rex breaks into the gift shop and he finds those claw things with the extender things. And it's just like the meme where he goes, "Now I'm invincible."
Now we're talking.
I love it.
He's grabbing shit.
How do you like me now, bitches?
He's reaching shit off the high shelf. He's all happy.
He still can't pick it up, though.
Mine would be Richard Kiley making just filing a lawsuit against Hammond.
Oh God.
Spare no expense.
That's Jurassic Park. 30 years in the making.
That's
just cut back to Mr. DNA, and that's how you get dinosaurs.
That's a good. Yeah, I like
dinosaurs. Oh, Mr. DNA. Mr. DNA? Who's DNA? Oh, DNA. You said it really fast. Mr. DNA.
Oh, that's right. I have lines.
John, that hurt.
I'm sorry, John.
Hello, John. Hello, John. Hello, John. Fuck off, John. And they want to get off that ride. They're like, what the hell are we here for?
Yeah, exactly. And the lawyer's like, can they do that? Can they do that?
That ride seems like shit.
Autoerotic?
Yeah.
Well, that's because the score was unfinished. There was a big march, boom, 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 and then the tour moves on.
They're going to get John Williams to do it?
Yeah.
For sure. Very meta.
Instead, it was Danny Elfman.
And that's Jurassic Park.
And that
30 years in the making, yes. So obviously we love this movie. It's fun to riff. It's fun,
It is.
But it's a classic. It's an awesome film. If you don't like this movie, you just don't like having fun at the movies, guys. It's silly.
You don't
at
belong at the
times.
movies.
Yeah, you belong.
You should be dead.
You should be dead. You belong
be
with
extinct.
Muldoon. Yeah.
You should be extinct.
You should be with Muldoon. Go not shoot a raptor. Okay, very quickly, anything making our geek flag fly?
I got one thing.
What do you got?
I've got Black Mirror, season 5.
Yeah.
Dropped last week, and my wife and I watched the entire thing last weekend. Only 5 episodes.
Okay.
Check it out.
Cool.
I saw a movie yesterday. I was searching around. I didn't realize during the pandemic that Blumhouse had made so many movies and they had been distributed through like Amazon. So I watched this Run, Sweetheart, Run, which was really fun. It's a Most Dangerous Game, essentially. This girl goes on a date with this guy from work, or it's supposed to be a business meeting. She's helping her boss out. And the guy is essentially tells her that he's going to kill her. But if she can escape, then she can live. And she has till...
Sounds a lot like Hard Target.
I was going to say Hard Target 3.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's It's got Pilou Asbæk, who was from the Iron Isles, and
Greyjoy.
He's a Greyjoy.
Theon Greyjoy?
Oh,
Not
okay.
Theon Greyjoy,
the other,
the uncle.
Oh, him.
He's the uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was just in something else recently,
He was
too.
I can't
I remember seeing him pop
Euron.
up somewhere.
He's Euron Greyjoy.
Yep.
Sorry. Clark Gregg is in it. He plays the boss. Your
wow.
girl is in it, Sheree Agdashlu.
Okay.
And it gets really kind of weird, really kind of cool. She's trying to escape this guy throughout the city, and he can. The way he tracks her is that he can sense her blood, and she's kind of bleeding the entire movie. So she's trying fancy ways to cover up the smell of her blood, and she's. What I also like about this movie is she's also on her period.
Oh no!
So they do some things with that too.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Which is, and some of it's really really clever, but it's not especially
Clever
gory,
girl.
but there's some gory stuff. And it's a take on The Most Dangerous Game. I thought it was a fun movie.
I'll check that
Worth a
out.
watch.
That sounds good.
It
Run,
was a
Sweetheart,
quick watch.
Run?
Run, Sweetheart, Run.
I love that.
And it's basically
story.
this like
Yeah.
she's trying to come up in the world, and all these men with power constantly are calling her sweetheart.
Okay.
And the guy essentially is like, "Run, sweetheart, run." So, and there's some very meta moments where, when something really shitty is about to happen, the word "run" in big red letters and an exclamation pops up on the screen. Where it's just like, "This is where you're supposed to run now, sweetheart." It's fun. It's a fun movie.
Cool.
That's
What was it on?
I watched it on
Prime?
Prime. I watched it on Prime. Yeah, there's a
sounds
bunch
good.
of like
Blumhouse movies.
Blumhouse movies.
Yeah, I
like that.
remember they did that during the pandemic.
I was like, I was just watching Blumhouse trailers, and I was like, okay, I'll settle on this. I'm gonna watch this. But there were a couple others that I really want to see that look cool.
Cool. I picked up issue 1 of The Incredible Hulk, Age of Monsters. I've been looking forward to this. This is Bruce Banner on the run from the Hulk. He's back to being the monster. He's trying to contain Hulk from everybody. Hulk is just crazy monster in this one. Crazy, scary, off of Immortal Hulk, that kind of thing. And now other monsters are hunting him. I said this is like the John Wick of Hulk stories right here. Everybody wants, from Man-Thing to they got Grendel, like everybody wants a piece of him. So
nice.
The art is awesome. It's by Philip Kennedy Johnson. He's the writer. The artist is Nick Klein, and it's beautiful. Beautiful art. Some of the best I've seen in a long time. So check it out, especially if you're a Hulk fan.
Yeah, I noticed you've been kind of hard on
Phrasing.
newer art.
Well,
when
yes,
it comes to comics,
yes.
not hard on, but not as happy with.
No, I'm hard on.
Yeah.
the Hulk.
He's got a hard on for this
I
one.
got a hard on for the Hulk.
No, but I mean,
Sure.
you seem to really enjoy this artwork. Where I notice a lot of your bigger
Oh my.
digs when it comes to stuff that you read. You're just like, I don't like the artwork.
It has been that way in a lot of things. Yeah, true. Derek.
Mine too is a comic book series that I started reading, and you would be surprised to know which one it is.
Archie?
It is no.
Archie.
Casper the Friendly Ghost?
It's Superman Lost.
Oh, I haven't read that
It's
yet.
the new series for Superman.
Oh, it's like, oh, man.
Read like the first 3 issues, and it's really good.
Is it good?
Yeah, the Justice League gets called away for something. You know, Clark comes back to the apartment, and Lois is there, and she's like, "Oh, that was quick," but he was gone for 20 years.
Oh, cool.
And because he was out in space, and like you find out more, as the story progresses of what happened. But it's really interesting. It's really good. I like the artwork. It's written by Christopher Priest, and the artwork is Carlo Pagulian.
Don't know it offhand.
Superman Lost?
Yeah.
Superman Lost, yeah.
So there's
That sounds cool.
three issues.
Three
of it out
issues
now?
so far.
I have to check
sounds
that
cool.
out.
Yeah, it's really good.
You got to read the Dawn of DC stuff that stems from the Lazarus planet and everything. So the Superman, the stuff, the Doom Patrol stuff, it has been really good.
Yeah.
And the Superman series is in particular. We talk about how the villains never get used. They're using them in this one, and it's clever girl how they're using them in this. So check it out. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of Batman ones out there, and I was going to start one, but there's a ton of them, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give Superman.
I'm proud of you going out of your comfort zone.
I don't
there,
think
Derek.
I've ever read a Superman series. Like I know the gist of some of the other, like the big storylines, like the Red and Blue, and and the Death of, but I've never been excited to read a Superman story, and I'm digging it. So.
There you go. Told you. All right.
All right.
That good? All right.
good.
Great Geek Flag. Great show, everybody. And that'll wrap it up for another episode of Three Geeky Dads. And if you'd like to listen to past episodes of our show, be it reviews, verses, or Drink Till It's Goods, Brian, where can they go?
They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3gdpodcast.com. As Mark said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us. If you're not already a subscriber, please smash one of those buttons to the podcast platform of your choice, and you will never miss an upcoming episode. Also, our email link is there if you would like to tell us how much you like Jurassic Park or what your favorite Jurassic Park sequel was in the series or anything else. We would love to hear from you. Yes, you listen to us. We want to hear from you. Also, our links to our social media presences are there. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we can also be heard on YouTube. And our Ko-fi page is there. If you would like to make a small or large or whatever donation, it would be greatly appreciated. It helps keep our movie addiction going. Oh, I'm only kidding. It doesn't go to Derek's voodoo at all. It just helps keep the show going because, as we always say, podcasting is not cheap. Also, please, most importantly, if you could rate and review the show. That doesn't cost a thing. 5-star rating would be highly appreciated, and a review would be even more appreciated because that's what really helps to drive us up the charts. And more importantly, it helps other people to find us as they're searching because, as we always say, the podcast playing field is getting very crowded with lots of similar sounding podcasts with similar sounding titles, similar themes, but don't settle for them. Remember the best and look for 3GD. And I think, gentlemen, that is about it. So I'm going to turn it back over to Mark to wrap this all up.
Thank you, Brian.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone, for listening from Three Geeky Dads. This is Mark.
This is Derek.
I'm Brian.
This is Tito.
Saying keep watching the skies, because baby smell.
Clever girl.
Clever girl.
That's Boxing Day. Huh. Happy holidays, everybody.
There you go.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy feeling like a second-class citizen. Courtesy of the Brits.
Hello. That's us.
Mm-hmm. Shine your shoes, Captain.
Can I have 3 farthings for a lump of shit?
Anybody got a dino joke?
Oh.
Besides the two they tell in the movie? Do you think you saw us?
Do you think you saw us, Rex?
What do you call him? Blind dinosaur.
Maybe we should do that one.
Okay, it's fine with me.
And then somebody else can counter it with, what do you call a blind dinosaur's dog?
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Derek, you want to do the honors for one?
Sure.
All right.
Seeing you're the Jurassic Park person.
That's right.
Ooh, that is good artwork.
Sick.
This is
Which one's that one, Mark?
The new Hulk series. It's on my geek flag, baby.
Oh, let me see. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Uh-huh.
It is? Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I like that, man. I like the look of that Hulk. That's the hair.
That's a Hulk I want.
Yeah.
That's a Hulk I need to see.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Frightening.
I'm not a big fan of Banner with long hair, though.
Oh, I love the long hair. Take him in a fucking man bun over Professor Hulk, I'll tell you that much. Have a man bun, baby. All right.
Man bun, baby.
Go ahead, dude.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, guys, what do you call a blind dinosaur?
I don't know. What?
Do you think he saw us?
All right. Very meta. It is meta. Speaking of meta, let's do this.
What's the meta you?
That's some meta for you, dog on the side.
Plastic a man.
Plastic a man. Sorry. Super the man. You can do it with anybody.
It all works.
All right, let's go. Main course.
A dinosaur?
No, you're not. It's okay.
Thank you.
We do want to see you hydrated.
I've seen him dehydrate, sir. It's pretty gross.
My piss used to come out like snot.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
You like
I'll get you fucking coffee.
I said I'll flip you.
Get me in the
For
back.
real.
Hello. I want my lawyer. Sorry, go ahead. Cartwright!